Number of arrests is hovering near the lowest level since July of 2020. It also indicates an anticipated surge ahead of Donald Trump's presidential inauguration in 3 weeks hasn't happened. Arrests fell by about half from the all-time high of 250,000 in December of 2023 after Mexican officials increased enforcement within their own borders, and by about half again after President Biden introduced severe asylum limits. For the second straight month, those allowed to enter the country through official border crossings are expected to exceed arrests for illegal crossings. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Fireworks lighting up the skies across Australia. They're welcoming in the new year. The first place to greet 2025 was Christmas Island in the Pacific. New York City expected to be a rainy New Year's Eve party, and crowded Times Square could attract 1 million people. There is a pledge to help families of the 179 victims of last Sunday's deadly plane crash in South Korea. The head of the airline whose plane crashed is speaking out.
오늘부터 장례 절차가 시작이.
Kim Il-bae made his comments at a Tuesday news conference, going on to say his company will reduce flight operations by 10 to 15% through March and add maintenance workers to improve safety in order to restore Jeju's damaged reputation. Separately, South Korean authorities are also conducting safety inspections on all Boeing 737-800 aircraft operated by the country's airlines. A second similar aircraft returned to Seoul's International Airport Monday shortly after takeoff when a pilot detected a landing gear issue. George Williams reporting.
Stock futures higher ahead of this morning's opening bell on Wall Street. The Dow futures are up 73 points. NASDAQ futures 54 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Heard me talk about Relief Factor and how so many people enjoy a better, more pain-free life because of it. If you're dealing with everyday pain, it makes sense you'd want to try it first. Well, Relief Factor makes that pretty pain-free too with their 3-week quick start kit for only $19.95, less than $1 a day. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain temporarily, it helps reduce or eliminate pain. Visit relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF, 800-4RELIEF for Relief Factor.
Attention American homeowners, you're under attack. Your home and equity could be vulnerable to cyber thieves. There's only one company that completely stops them, and that company is Equity Protect. Equity Protect prevents any attempts to steal your home, equity, and ownership 24/7. Get your free risk report today by texting the word HOME to 94878. That's right, text the word HOME to 94878 to get your free risk report. Keep your equity and legacy safe with Equity Protect.
China insisting it has been fully transparent when it comes to the origins of COVID.
Researchers from the WHO, accompanied by Chinese colleagues, took part in a trip in early 2021 and then released a report saying the virus had probably been born when it passed from an animal, possibly a bat, to a human. That discounted a competing theory that the virus had leaked from a lab. Beijing denies wrongdoing. On Tuesday, China said it immediately shared data about the virus with the WHO and the international community when it first emerged.
The BBC's Celia Hatton. Revelers in the UK may have to wring themselves out as they ring in the new year. A storm system bringing high winds, heavy rains, possibility of snow, and the threat of flooding washed out plans for several fireworks displays, in some cases more than 24 hours before the stroke of midnight. News and analysis, townhall.com. Property insurers in one wildfire-prone western state are being put on notice. The rules are changing.
California's new rule requires insurers to start increasing their coverage by 5% every 2 years until they hit the equivalent of 85% of their market share. That means if an insurer writes 20 out of every 100 state policies, they'd need to write 17 in a high-risk area. In exchange for increasing coverage, the state will let insurance companies pass on the costs of reinsurance to California consumers. Some worry it'll increase premiums in California by 40%. Jeremy House reporting.
Use of mail-in ballots exploded in 2020 during COVID, but since then, hundreds, even thousands of ballots have been routinely rejected. Signatures on the return envelope don't match the ones on file. It's led to a lawsuit over a close county government race in Hawaii. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, Whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy New Year's Eve.
It's the final morning show of 2024.
It is.
Yes.
Happy final day of the 2024 year.
Indeed. Couple reminders. And it was funny. Jared Cirillo used one of his whole newscasts last week specifically just for a PSA.
Okay.
If you're going to celebrate, please designate yourself a driver or get yourself a ride share before you do so. And please don't shoot your guns in the air.
Nope. What comes up must come down. That's the
Don't
rule.
understand when people don't get that.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
It's just, go over to the Amy's Fireworks or whatever, get you some fireworks and do that.
Get yourself one of those, twisty confetti sticks. Those are fun.
Yeah. Or just, maybe air guns.
Yeah. You want to shoot off your airsoft rifles, those little gel ball things? Go for it.
We'll pelt each other with paintball.
Shoot your Orbeez into the sky. I'm all for that.
Get them Nerf dart guns. They're fun.
Yeah.
But yes, celebrate responsibly. Remember, law enforcement will be looking tonight.
That's right.
As they do all the time. But particularly on evenings like this when more people are apt to be out and vibing. So no texting and driving, no drinking and driving, no drugging and driving.
Let's just be safe so we can make it through to 2025 and trudge back into work on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely. Which that's when our next show will be. We will not have a show tomorrow, but we will be back in studio Thursday with an all-new show. And there's something else I was going to mention, but just went right out the head there.
We need the Wednesday after to recover. I always thought it was funny that as a nation, we kind of just, we recognize that, all right, America, you need a quick break before we get things started.
Yeah.
So let's make this a national holiday.
I'm still waiting for the Super Bowl Monday day off, national holiday.
Yeah, that definitely needs to happen.
We either need to move Super Bowl to Saturday, or make Monday an official national holiday.
This is when you argue that as we move closer and closer to the corporatocracy, that there's a very good chance that Super Bowl Monday might actually become a national holiday.
You know what? I'm good with that.
You got to take them small victories.
That's a win for the little people.
That's right.
There.
That's right. That's right.
And maybe since the feds are talking some more, maybe we'll get like on 1 times the time, either daylight savings or standard time, whatever. Take it and stick with it. I don't care which.
I woke up this morning at like 3:20 and just a thought just crossed my mind. I'm like, if we didn't have daylight savings time, it'd be 4. I'd still be asleep. And then I rolled over and went back to sleep. It's like it wouldn't matter at that point. That 3 o'clock is officially 3 a.m. is like the official. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at that point.
In Copenhagen, I'd still be.
Flip my pillow over to the cool side and call it a night. Call it again.
Yeah, I love the strange thoughts and things. I always get weird ones every once in a while where I feel like I didn't do something in an order properly, therefore I'm not sleeping correctly or something. You ever get something weird like that?
Or you're getting up to go to the bathroom and you try to logically answer the question of the last thing that happened in your dream. It's like, well, why would Rhiannon take that job in banking? She never had an interest.
That's right.
Wait, what?
That's the aptitude desire. Wait, she's in school.
She's still a child.
So since you do have Netflix for a minute, you've been watching your Squid Game too and all that?
I haven't caught up on Squid Game. I still need to finish the second episode. I've been on other things for the last couple of days, but you did remind me of something that I definitely need to check out that I forgot about, because I've been like, I know now that I have Netflix, there's documentaries I want to go back and watch. And one of them is that We Are the World.
Yeah,
I've never gotten a chance to watch that.
It's a humdinger.
I definitely want to check that out.
You watched the Vince McMahon thing yet?
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I've seen enough of it. Everybody I've talked to said the documentaries specifically for people who aren't into the wrestling scene, for like the smart marks, like me out there who are just like know everything.
It wasn't.
It's like you've seen
nothing earth-shattering.
The big thing to come out of the Vince McMahon documentary for like everybody else was the Ring Boy scandal. Not a lot of people knew about that. That's been a known thing in our circle for eons now.
Or Ring, if you will.
I didn't want to, or Ring, or Ring Boys. But yeah, that was like the big bombshell to come out of this documentary. But I'm definitely going to check out the We Are the World documentary for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. 2 thumbs up for me on that one. That's just especially if you you were a little young, but you were aware of that era and what how big a deal that thing was at the time.
I did watch a documentary. I rewatched a documentary recently that's one of my favorites that I've ever seen put together, and it's just called Live from New York, and it's.
I guess it's about SNL.
Well, it is. It's not even a documentary. It's just an episode of SNL in the back.
Gotcha. It's kind of like that episode of MASH where the documentary crew is following the MASH crew around, and the episodes about the crew following the crew. Yeah,
like the last seasons of The Office where they finally revealed the documentary crew and who those people actually are. But it's John Malkovich. It's a John Malkovich Christmas episode.
Okay, and
it's one of the classic ones. It's the one where he reads the Night Before Christmas, and he kind of like tries to like contextualize everything in the book. But it just shows the chaos that's happening in the back, and how like they're like, and cut, and then immediately just people run in and start ripping clothes off and getting people to the next set.
2 minutes to the next bit or
and
whatever.
It's like that 6 Days to Air South Park documentary. It shows how the sausage gets made. It's just kind of I'm fascinated by stuff like that. But I think that one's on Netflix too. I'm gonna see if I can find that one and recommend it. But it's a good watch if you can find it.
Damn. If you're more into sports, I'd recommend the quarterback ones and wide receiver series, but I don't think you care as much about that.
Yeah, that's a hard sell. I mean, I am, but it's like to a point.
Although that Kings of Tupelo was worth a watch if you like.
Yeah, that's
you feel like weird, Tiger King-esque type documentaries. That's a good one.
Yeah, that one is on my watch list actually. Yeah,
whole lot of Elvis, whole lot of shaking your head and just what. So much. Those shows you feel like a genius at the end of the day. It's like, man, at least I'm not that guy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. There's a whole subset and genre of shows that are designed to make the viewer feel better about themselves.
Well,
for lack of a better term, we call them TLC shows. Hoarders, My 600-Pound Life, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Pretty much all of those.
That's right. 1,000-Pound Sisters.
They never made a documentary about those two dudes who ride motorcycles next to each other, the twins.
No.
I'd love to follow them. I mean, not like in real life. I'd imagine that it'd be really hard to follow them closely.
Yeah. Poor motorcycles.
I can't tell if I can get around.
Use your signal. All right, let me give you the rundown before I get in trouble. Last day of the year. I made it all the way to here.
So close.
Yet so far. We're going to replay our interview Sean had with folks American Legion Post 61 right there before the Christmas holiday. So we'll be talking a lot about Christmas and stuff. Christmas.
The look ahead to 2025. What's on the horizon?
One movie I have not seen for a long time that I ended up seeing almost all of over the Christmas holiday. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of...
That's a classic.
Yeah, I have watched it in years, and my brother did a move. My brother did this move, so I watched it and Elf at the same time. Because on one channel, like each channel was showing 24 hours of It's a Wonderful Life, and some other channel was showing Elf. And so we'd watch one to the commercial break, flip to the other to the commercial break. So really, I was watching two movies at once.
So
Elf and It's a Wonderful Life.
The one thing that always bothered me about that movie, and I spent a good portion of my early life, childhood / adolescence wondering where these exist. It's the only time I've ever seen a basketball gym with a retractable floor and a pool underneath.
I feel like Nimmy had something like that.
No.
They had a pool. And
Over Godfrey or what?
I think this was moons ago.
Okay.
And, like, I don't know the story, but they had some folks drown in the pool.
Okay.
I don't know the whole story of it. It's like in the 50s. But I feel like that pool was one of those ones that it was under a gym or something.
It always fascinated me in that scene where I'm like, what place? But then
You're going to need some NMMI historians on there, but I feel like there's something going on.
I come to find out, though, that I think they shot that at like one of the only ones that there was in existence, like of that style.
Yeah.
Like for that specific scene.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not the standard now.
Yeah. But overall, a good watch. I haven't seen it probably in a decade, maybe a decade and a half, mostly because I was force-fed it as a child.
Right.
So it's kind of one of those I've avoided on purpose.
Yeah, I get you. I understand. But then you watch it like, oh, well.
I do need to go back and watch it with adult sensibilities, I think.
I would recommend it. It was interesting. Anyway, I got squirreled on you there.
Yeah.
Legion Post interview, we'll do that here Christmas in just a few minutes. In the 8 o'clock hour, I'm going to play our interview we had with folks from the Extension Office. We had the ladies of the Extension Office join us, talking about 4-H and stuff coming here in 2025, things that you need to sign up now, like, so that's why I'm kind of playing it. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to have some I'm not sure if it'd be Lydia or someone else from First Church of the Nazarene here in Roswell, the Roswell First Church of the Nazarene, going to join us. But this Sunday at 10:45, they're going to have the African Children's Choir doing a performance. Kind of interesting. I guess they are this group. They're touring, but it's kind of a neat deal. I was reading a little bit about it, but we'll talk more about it. But they're going to be doing a performance at Church of the Nazarene here on Sycamore this Sunday. So we'll talk about that with them here around 9:15 or so. Plus, we'll do all the newses and all that good stuff, and whatever else we can conjure up for this final day of 2024.
Yes.
It's all
debauchery awaits.
Downhill from here.
Yeah, pretty much.
8:18 here is your weather. A little cold out this morning. I was chilled.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cool high pressure overhead, and that'll keep things nice for our New Year's Day. Sunshine today. We're headed for the mid and upper 50s. For the overnight hours, it'll be clear. Our low in the upper 20s to low 30s. A little bit cooler on New Year's Day, low 50s, and plenty of sunshine. Then we start warming up a little bit again on Thursday, low 60s and sunny, 60s and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 34 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 46%. Winds out of the northeast at 7 miles per hour. 50s for today, sunny. 56 for a high. Winds out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low of 27, so bundle up as you ring in the new year. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Day one of 2025, your New Year's Day, sunny. 53 for a high. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny skies, 63 for a high, so gradually warming up. And then Friday, sunny, highs near 60. Weekend looking nice as well. Partly cloudy, 62 for Saturday. Mostly sunny, highs right around 60 on Sunday. Then dropping into the 50s for next week. All right, 7:19, we're going to take a 4-minute break. Then we're going to play our interview with Sean Hadd with the folks from American Legion Post 61. Don't go away.
Hey, Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Ford Sales is back home at our dealership at 821 North Main Street. We're closing in on our 2024 sales goals, and we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford, where you'll get huge savings, more for your trade, and rates as low as 0% APR. Shipments of new and quality pre-owned vehicles are arriving daily, so you can upgrade for less. If you're upside down in your loan or stuck in your lease, Roswell Ford wants to get you low leased, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. Worried your credit is on the naughty list? Roswell Ford has partnered with the most aggressive lenders that will push to approve you today, even with bad or no credit. Plus, we have a great selection of low mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford with new management and a whole new attitude. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance plus tax, title, and license with approved credit.
Your window of opportunity is almost here. Open enrollment period is your chance to sign up for affordable health insurance through Be Well, New Mexico's health insurance marketplace. Get free help finding a quality, low-cost plan that covers medical appointments, urgent care, prescriptions, and more. You could even qualify for free coverage. Visit BeWellNM.com between November 1st and January 15th to find a plan that fits your life and your budget, and open a whole new world of possibilities.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on, with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
So your pecans aren't as big and bountiful as they used to be? Well, what would Jim Gill do?
Hi, this is Ben from Roswell Seed Company. Few people knew as much about pecans as Jim Gill. And if he were here today, he'd tell you it was time to fertilize. He'd tell you just what you need and show you how to use it. Then he'd make some joke about your neighbors making fun of your nuts.
So when there's trouble with your pecans, head for Roswell Seed Company and ask them, what would Jim Gill do?
Registration for the spring semester is on now at ENMU Roswell. A great career in healthcare, arts and sciences, or technical trades is waiting for you. Now's the time to skill up and get certified. Register today for spring 2025 classes and talk with an advisor. Log on to roswell.enmu.edu. ENMU Roswell, success starts here.
Success starts here. ENMU Roswell.
Ring in the new year with Mark Chestnut, Tuesday, December 31st from 6 p.m. till midnight at the Artesia Country Club.
Oh, I should have done this and I should have done that. I should have been that and she'd never left.
Say so long to 2024 and welcome in the new year with drinks, food, and friends beginning at 6 p.m. General admission is $100. Kids admission is only $20. Dinner at the Country Club and the concert is $250, or upgrade to a VIP table for 6 for $5,000 with only 4 tables left. VIP includes a private and intimate dinner with Mark Chestnut from 7 to 9 p.m., with the concert beginning at 10 p.m. All proceeds to benefit the Pena Project, helping to cover funerals and end-of-life costs for unexpected situations. Get tickets and learn more at thepenaproject.org. Celebrate the new year with Mark Chestnut.
Bubba shot the jukebox last night. He said it played a sad song, it made him cry.
Tuesday, December 31st, 6 p.m. till midnight at the Artesia Country Club. Get tickets and more info at thepenaproject.org.
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 24 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio, Jen and Lee from American Legion Post 61. How are y'all doing this morning?
Good morning. Doing pretty good. How are you?
Fair.
I'm hanging in there. Happy Christmas Eve. We were just kind of discussing the plans or the lack thereof off the air. But do you guys have anything planned for the actual Christmas itself?
Sleep.
Yeah. Rest, recover, you know.
Yeah.
No little ones in the house to reveal?
No, I get to sleep in.
Nice.
She's the littlest one in the house.
There you go.
Thanks.
So then this is your chance to spoil her. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
No.
I'm kind of right there with you. I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy a day off. That's the gift to myself for Christmas Day. But the kids are going to be with at Mom's house, so I got my gifts for them. I'll take them over later. We'll kind of do a late Christmas thing, and that's it'll sort of be how it is. But I think that's sort of how it is for a lot of people, especially like, after 2024, because it was just a year that sort of chewed people up, spit us out, and kind of left us here. So with that in mind, holly jolly and happy holidays to you, everybody. Let's talk about, well, first and foremost, we just wrapped up Wreaths Across America.
Yes, we did.
We were able to place, I believe it was just over 100 wreaths.
Almost 100.
Almost 100 on
Yep.
on some graves here in the Roswell area. So tell us a little bit about how that went, how it came together, and how the event itself was.
So we weren't the only ones in towns that did it, but Post 61, Family 61, we managed to gather enough funds to buy about 96 wreaths.
Okay.
So there's about 300 veterans buried out at Memory Lawn. So we didn't get to put one on everybody's grave, but maybe next year. But we did have folks come out from the community, and we were able to put out some wreaths and honor our veterans.
Awesome.
So.
And that drive pretty much starts now for next year.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if you want to make a donation, you can go to Wreaths Across America or Roswell Legion. Is it .org?
Yep.
Head over there, and they'll have a helpful link for you there as well. But any donations that are made now, that's going to go towards the 2025 wreaths, and it's never too early to start planning. We want to have a real big blowout for next year, so we can make sure everybody has a wreath and is covered and taken care of.
Yeah, that would be nice. It's actually kind of funny. We had just finished putting the wreaths out. We're not going to pick them up until after the new year. But Wreaths Across America had actually contacted us like 2 days before we even put the wreaths out and said, hey, get ready for 2025. So they're already gearing up.
They're already excited. Yeah, there is no postmortem when it comes to Wreaths Across America. We're hitting the ground running for 2025.
Yep.
Now, we were kind of talking off the air a little bit about some of the less fun things about 2024, but one of the big events that happened this year was the conference that was actually held right here in Roswell.
It was in June. Yep.
In June, and that was a huge undertaking for not only for your organization, but for folks all across the state and really all across the region. How was the event when all was said and done?
I think it actually went pretty well, and of course during that time the fires were going on in Rio Doso.
Right.
So we were able to pass the hat around and raise some funds for that as well, which we were pretty proud of. We had people from all over New Mexico come to our meeting, which was kind of fun. They got to visit some of the aliens because some folks had never actually been to Roswell before. So I know they lived here for years and never been to Roswell.
I feel like if you live in New Mexico proper, it's like a requirement to come to Roswell.
Yeah, at least once, yeah.
Once to Roswell, once to Carlsbad Caverns. You got to hit the hot spots.
Right, I agree. But they had a chance to, and they did, and it was pretty fun. And they really enjoyed their stay. So
very cool.
Thanks for the community for supporting us during that. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we're always looking for folks to come out and support the Legion. Now let's talk for a minute about the Legion itself. If folks out there are listening, if they're a veteran or if they are interested in the Legion, how do what do they have to do to get involved with you guys?
What do you think, Commander?
Well, it's pretty easy. We can be found around town, or obviously, as Sean just mentioned, RoswellLegion.org is probably the best way of getting in contact with you. You can send me an email, commander@RoswellLegion.org, or give us a call, 575-268-0220. We're looking for members all, 365, 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
So if anybody's out there needs any support or would like to know more about the Legion, just get in contact with us. We're always looking for help too. We've got a cemetery we take care of, Memory Lawn, which of course we just had Wreaths Across America out there. So we need people to volunteer to help clean up the spot, stuff like that. I want to thank the community. We've had a lot of volunteers of late, and I was out there for Wreaths Across America. The first time I personally had been out there in almost 18 months because I was stuck in a hospital.
Sure.
And it's green. It actually looks
that's one of the benefits
like
of
a nice,
flood rains, I guess.
Nice, beautiful little cemetery. And speaking of which, we are fundraising right now. Any amount helps. $5, $10. $1 million, whatever you got laying around. We're trying to put in a water system that's going to cost around $200,000. So we're in the middle of fundraising for that. Sure. I had a woman contact me a few months ago. She wants to do some crowdfunding for us, but I actually haven't heard from her in about 60 days. But like I say, we need about $200,000. I'm going to be purchasing a new American flag today, and hopefully we'll get that in a couple months, be able to replace the one that's up there. The wind here in Roswell has not been kind to Old Glory out there. In fact, we had a POW MIA flag up there, and the wind was so bad, 1/3 of the POW MIA flag was gone by the time we went out there to replace it the other day.
It was just a PO flag?
Yeah. It was like only 2/3 of a flag left.
Wow.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for the seams of the POW MIA logo, it probably would have ripped through that too.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and we found out that probably the wind had sabotaged our light to keep Old Glory lit. So I'm going to be ordering a replacement LED light for that. That's a couple $100.
Seems like whenever you have something like this, you're always just trying to chase after getting things back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really ever work on upgrades because you just gotta keep things the way they were before.
Yeah. Well, the cemetery is a nonprofit, and of course we are too. So everything we do relies on donations.
Sure.
So
absolutely,
if you want to see improvements out there, we desperately need your help.
That's right. You got to dig deep, and you got to do it now. One thing that you brought up back there was the floods that hit Roswell in 2024. Obviously, it devastated just a wide swath of Roswell, and a whole lot of people are still dealing with the after effects. I have a friend who I shared her GoFundMe last week. She still hasn't been able to go home yet because there's so much damage to the home.
Right.
But one of the things that came from that, or the after effects, was a lot of people finding flags in the area that were tattered, that were torn, that were damaged from the flood or swept or washed away. You guys were doing a pretty good job of kind of gathering those flags up. And have we had a chance to retire those, or are we planning on doing that in the future?
We usually have one right around Flag Day, which is June 14th. So somewhere in there, we'll definitely do a flag retirement.
It depends on the sheer number of flags that we have.
Sure.
So if we have an excessive amount, like one year we had like 1,300 flags. So we did a supplemental burning as well. But if anybody has a flag and you would like to have it retired, even if it has meaning to you, we can consecrate it in that way.
Sure.
Or if it doesn't have meaning to you, we can certainly just come pick it up. But give us a call or send me an email, and I will send, probably Don or Jen will come out and just pick it up for you. You don't have to lift a finger. We'll come to you. Nice. We'll pick it up. So
that is one of those. And if you never had a chance to attend one of those ceremonies, it's surreal. I mean, the emotions that are involved, because when you serve, the flag means so much more. It's not just a piece of fabric. It's what you're over there fighting for. It's what people die for. So to be a part of that, that consecration, like you mentioned, and to be a part of that with other veterans, it's something else. It's absolutely
very cool. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't realize, it's more than a piece of cloth. It has symbolism.
Absolutely.
We don't worship the flag.
No.
Never have. But it is a symbol of freedom around the world, which is why those who are our enemies would choose to burn it symbolically, because they are striking at the heart of freedom. So when you see someone desecrate your flag, you need to pay attention, because it's not worth getting into a fight over or whatever, but these people have no respect for who we are. And yes, you can point to things that the United States may or may not have done around the world, and you may not appreciate it necessarily, but everybody's dying to get here.
That's right.
So bear that in mind. You may think how bad we may be, but we're so bad everybody wants to come here.
Exactly.
So.
Everybody wants to be a part of us, so it can't be all that shabby. So we're wrapping up 2025, slapping a bow on. Or
No,
2024.
we're starting 2025.
I was getting there. Wrapping up 2024, slapping a bow on this year, and heading into 2025. Boy, if only we were wrapping up 2025. We need to figure out a time machine. But as we head into the new year,
if you have a hot tub,
that's right. As we head into the new year, obviously you guys are kind of gearing up for the next year with the Legion. What are the plans heading into the next year? Anything big
we're
planned?
hoping to build our building.
Yes, that's our biggest
We're waiting
thing.
on engineering drawings from the contractor here in town. Once those are complete, and then the funding picture gets put into place, and we're hoping to start building. Now, that little building, 603 East 2nd, is going to get revamped first. That's going to be our office.
Okay.
That'll be nice.
That's not our meeting hall or what have you.
Right.
In fact, it's not even really big enough to have meetings at. But that's basically where we'll keep our files and records and stuff like that. But 605 right now is still a steel building that's been there forever. Far back as Roswell Livestock used to be there. But we're going to tear that building down.
Okay.
When we first started looking at it, we thought we could revamp that building, but
After a second look, yeah.
after we got another look with a new contractor, he took a look and he said, "Nah, just better off just tear it down."
Yeah.
Now, which also means that we're not grandfathered in, so we have to build the building 40 feet off of the street by code. So, but we get to start over brand new.
It's going to be very nice
for
when we're
us,
done.
we were on kind of a berm, so when the floods came through, the property didn't get hit at all, but we are going to do some abatement.
Sure.
Anyway, just in case, we get a 200-year flood. But,
Well, and even those folks who didn't have necessarily, structural or foundational damage, it was so much rain that, there's, roof damage that was done, damage to siding, to all kinds of stuff. So,
oh yeah, we're dealing with that actually. So
Really? So, taking a look at that from a complete breakdown and rebuild scenario, that makes the most sense, I feel like.
yeah, and it gives us an opportunity to improve what's already there. So we'll be able to, because that part of the Roswell community really needs additional resources.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're hoping our building is going to be. We're not going to have a bar. We're never planning on doing that. But we will have a meeting space. We'll have a place for people to gather and get to know each other and maybe get some help if they need it.
Sure.
So
just something to keep in mind if you're heading to Post 61, it's BYOB. I'm kidding. He always gives me such a look. I'm like, I'm totally kidding. I swear. Just trying to be a funny guy.
Well, we're not teetotalers, but
You're a little paranoid there, Sean, because I'm not giving you a look at all.
I felt like I felt the heat. I don't know.
No, not at all.
He's like, that's just how I always look at you, and that's understandable. That's how my father used to look at me.
Well, all right.
I don't get paid enough to be your therapist.
That's fine. My therapist doesn't get paid enough to be my therapist. Now, obviously, we're a little ways off, but the four chaplains.
Yes, in February.
Ceremony's coming up in February. That's always one of my favorite stories. It gets retold every year, just because it's kind of like it feels. And the story itself is absolutely amazing, but it feels like the start of a bar joke. A priest, a minister, and a rabbi. The
a little
way it's
bit. I can
structured,
see that.
It always makes me chuckle. But every year, it's such an amazing event, and it really brings kind of that attention, that reverence to the sacrifice that was made on
yeah,
that
it's
day.
actually a story. If Hollywood were to pick it up, I'd go see it in theaters. So
They did make a movie about it, but it was a flop.
Yeah, they didn't have Tom Hanks in it. That was the problem. Anytime you're gonna do one of those historical recreations, it's got to have Tom Hanks in the lead role.
Yeah, seems that way.
So that's in February.
Yeah, and we're hoping
We're hoping for the 7th. We're
February
trying
7th.
to work out a deal with Roswell High School and have it at that little theater there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 3:00 on February 7th. We got to get that paperwork filled out and sent in today to reserve the spot. But I've been in contact with the principal at Roswell High, and they're looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a different a change of pace location wise for you guys.
Yeah.
Well, we used to work out of the First United Methodist Church, 200 North Pennsylvania, but we got kicked out of there because we didn't want to pay for the elevator. Their elevator was going haywire, and they wanted like $2,000 or something. I was like, well, we can't really help the community if we're giving all our money to elevators.
Exactly.
So we went nomadic. Now we meet at the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. In fact, our next meeting will be January 2, 6 p.m.
Yeah, we're going to jump on the new year.
If anybody wants to attend, you're welcome to. It's our regular business meeting.
Yeah, it's open to the public. I realize, membership is important for voting and things, but if you just want to come say,
find out what's going on,
see what we're up to,
learn more about the organization,
right?
Find out, if it's something that you want to be a part of, if you're a veteran or,
or
the daughter of a veteran, spouse
or son or sister or mother, grandmother.
It's a great organization to get involved with. I mean, you guys are always, hitting the streets. You guys are always a part of the community. If you ever go to the farmers market, spring, summer through early fall, you guys are going to be right there, front and center every single time. So it's
we usually hang out at the state fair too, Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
Yep.
So there's lots of volunteer opportunities, lots of chances to get involved, and also to learn more about the organization itself. And,
well, the auxiliary is really looking for people right now. We're a little behind on one of our projects, which is the Charity Bear project. Yep. So if anybody out there has got a sewing machine
and a desire, we'll give you a pattern and you can sew to your heart's content.
Yeah, they're making charity bears. I think they were making charity rabbits and
all kinds of
couple of other things.
I mean,
it's not fixed patterns and stuff. We're spreading out a little bit here.
Get creative, make the charity Sonic the Hedgehogs, or get creative with the desigin.
Basically, they're just for the first responders and police officers. They have them in their vehicles. If they roll up on a scene and there's little kids, it helps not only break the ice with the adults and possibly calm the situation down, but it gives the kids something to hang on to in a situation that's not so great.
And it lets the parents know that you guys aren't approaching this from like a negative perspective. You're just here to offer comfort. You're here to offer support and help.
Right, exactly.
We've also been in contact with the Boys and Girls Club, and we had a Cub Scout pack. We have a Boy Scout troop 2, and
they just lost their scout hut during the floods. Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Pack 61 is going to make a comeback here real soon. We just hired a full-time Cub Master.
Yeah, she's very excited. She's even got, she ordered a book on knots and all kinds of other things. Nice. So she's super excited.
She's got a teaching degree, so she's used to dealing with kids. So.
Yep.
This is all good. She used to be a chef.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I only ever made it to Webelow. I wasn't able to get my full Boy Scout certification. I just chickened out mostly.
Yeah.
But knots was always my favorite thing. Like I always loved learning the different ways to tie like a square knot versus like a shoreliner's knot, different kinds of those things, and very useful too.
Yeah, they are.
If you ever want to like commit a caper, or, just subdue somebody for a few minutes, you need a nice knot,
Yeah,
something something that gives them some room to breathe, but not able to get away. That's really what we're after.
Or maybe you want to tie your tent down so it doesn't blow away in the Roswell wind.
or that too. That's also an option. But yeah, it's so as mentioned, the Legion is very involved in lots of organizations here in town and being part of the community. And if that's something that you're interested in, or if you want to help out the organization, again, any and all monies that are donated, it's going to go straight back into projects that you guys have, into the building, into getting that flag, things of that nature. So these are all very important projects, and if you can donate, please do. And I know that money's, especially right now with the holidays, people, funds are stretched into different places. But if there's extra funds, it is the giving season, so now would be a great time to do so.
And even if you don't have the funds, maybe you guys have a few hours that you want to donate, and you could pick up trash in your local community. You could come out to Memory Lawn. And I want to shout out to Paul and his crew. Apparently he heard us on the radio and decided to come out and help right before we did Wreaths Across America. So thank you guys for that.
So yeah, anybody in the listening area, if you can, even if you don't have the monies to donate, if you can donate some time, maybe help clean up Memory Lawn, or commit to one of these projects that the Legion has going on, it's a great way to spend your time. It's gonna do your heart good, and you're helping out a great organization.
'Tis the season of giving, they say.
The Legion operates on what we call 4 pillars, but for our particular family, we concentrate on the children and youth aspect of the Legion more than any of the other ones.
Yeah.
But the other ones include like national security, Americanism,
and VA&R.
VA&R,
Yeah.
veterans rehabilitation, that sort of thing. So nursing homes and things of that nature. And of course, that's what our cemetery, falls under, would be more of Americanism and national security.
Sure.
Not so much children and youth, hopefully. But,
Hopefully, yeah.
But a focus on kids and youth is really the best place that the focus could be, because you're putting that on the next generation,
right?
On the kids who are coming up, and let them know that being a part of the American Legion, it's an honorable endeavor. It's something that's going to do you the best good.
Right.
We had a few youths show up too, Reese Across America, so it's always heartening because we get the ability to teach the new generation of what's
And that's
going
one
on.
of the things that's why the Wreaths Across America and American Legion partner so well, is because their mission and ours go hand in hand. It's honor,
That and the
remember, and
Scouts.
teach. Yeah, that too, which we're hoping to start up again here in the new year. I mean, after everybody gets
Probably
back in school.
February is what I'm thinking. I mean, the typically recruitment during the holidays is horrible. So
Yeah,
everybody's
everybody's
got their hands in other pies. But come start of the new year, you'll be looking to find things for your kids to do.
Absolutely. So so reach out, find out more information. RoswellLegion.org if you want more information about the organization itself, or come to the meeting. You said January 2nd there at the Chamber of Commerce on 2nd Street.
Yep, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, and just come with questions. Be ready.
Come meet Mike Winters.
Come
There you
meet
go.
exactly. There you go. Well, so yeah, if you if you can help out the organization, that would be absolutely fantastic. So did we miss anything? Miss anything out? Anything you guys have else to say?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like 2025 is going to be a year of rebuilding and kind of getting things back to where they should be.
We're hoping that by the time the Reno air races come to town, we'll be ready, because that'll be a nice fundraising boost for us, and we could do a lot more for Roswell.
My kid's mom lives right across from. There was this big steel building they've been basically taking out for the last couple months and clearing out the area. I'm pretty sure that's where they're going to be putting some grandstands.
Nice.
Right there, right across from her house. She's very upset. It's like they're gonna buzz low my house for like 3 weeks in fall. I'm like, then move. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited for it. But
yeah.
But RoswellLegion.org, or come out to the meeting and help out this the organization. You're definitely going to be doing the most good with your money if you help out the American Legion.
And if anybody has a few extra bucks and you want to donate to the Legion for flood relief, we're still taking donations for those, and we'll get them to the people that are in need. A lot of people that we help are, off the radar kind of thing, veterans or, people living hand and mouth and stuff like that. We're not big on donating our money to these huge organizations, and most of them take a cut. We put them right in the hands of people that need them.
Right.
So.
Right.
Absolutely. And you can, if you make a donation to the Legion, you can earmark what that money gets used for.
For sure. Yes.
This is for memory lawn. This is for, the irrigation system. This is for the building. This is for, however you want to have that money used.
This is for children and youth. This is for scouting.
Yeah.
This is for CASA kids or what have you.
RoswellLegion.org is the place to go for all the info that you need to know. Well, Jen, Lee, thank you guys so much for your time. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And we will talk to you guys bright and early in 2025.
All right. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
13 minutes, now 12 minutes away from 10 o'clock. Let's get you up to date with some local news.
Now, our top story today, a Roswell man is jailed. He's been arrested and charged with intentionally hitting a Chavez County deputy's patrol car and then leading authorities on a big chase. 37-year-old Javier Madrid was arrested December 23rd after the traffic stop went haywire near South Lee Avenue and West 19th Street. The deputy who was inside the patrol car was not injured. The pursuit ended near the US 70 bypass, and Madrid was allegedly in possession of fentanyl. State health officials say cases of norovirus are on the rise across New Mexico. Dr. Chad Smelzer, the deputy state epidemiologist, told KRQE Television that cases have actually been on the rise since October. Norovirus can cause severe nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Nationally, CDC data across 14 states shows 91 outbreaks the week of December 5th. That's up from 69 outbreaks the week of November 28th. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
It's farewell to 2024. Yes, it's time to go out and celebrate. Unfortunately, New Year's Eve is a big night for crime, too. I'm Kim Commando for Oracle. You can cut your current cloud bill in half if you move to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. See if your company qualifies at oracle.com/Kim. If you go out alone, keep a personal safety alarm on hand. I like the one called Birdie. You just pull the top off this keychain device, a loud alarm sounds off, and a strobe light flashes. Next up, protect your money. Thieves don't even have to pickpocket anymore. They use RFID scanners for your precious info. So keep an RFID blocking sleeve in your wallet to stop your debit, credit card, or license from being scanned. And don't forget, your smartphone is good for more than just selfies and texts. On an iPhone, hit the side button 5 times to alert the police. Android users, you've got it even quicker, just 3 taps. Stay safe, and from all of us at the Kim Commando Show and the current newsletter, Happy New Year! Even if you think it's a bit overhyped, AI is suddenly everywhere, from self-driving cars to molecular medicine to business efficiency. If it's not in your industry yet, it's coming fast. But AI needs a lot of speed and computing power. So how do you compete without costs just spiraling out of control? It's time to upgrade to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, or OCI. It's a blazing fast and secure platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, plus all of your AI and machine learning workloads. OCI costs 50% less for computing and 80% less for networking. Thousands of businesses have already upgraded. Oracle is offering to cut your current cloud bill in half if you move to OCI. Offer ends March 31st, 2025. See if your company qualifies for this special offer at oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim. Oracle.com/Kim. Oracle.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cool high pressure overhead, and that'll keep things nice for our New Year's Day. Sunshine today. We're headed for the mid and upper 50s. For the overnight hours, it'll be clear. Our low in the upper 20s to low 30s. A little bit cooler on New Year's Day, low 50s, and plenty of sunshine. Then we start warming up a little bit again on Thursday, low 60s and sunny, 60s and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Let's talk all-state selections in football on this last day of the year. The Roswell Coyotes, state champions in Class 5A, as you might expect, have a lot of picks. And remember, an all-state, even honorable mention, is a big deal. So congratulations to first-teamers Matt Avicia at center, Daniel Chavez Gonzalez, offensive lineman, Cy Carrasco, both as a punter and a defensive back, first team in both, Mason Greathouse, defensive end, Noah Lynn, first team defensive line, and Keegan Nichols, first team outside linebacker. Second teamers for the Coyotes, Jalen Cloud, Abraham Toscano, Noah Estrada, tight end, Adam Rutley, defensive end, Dominique Silva, and Michael Lucero. Honorable mention for Ethan Lopez, offensive line, and Andrew Padilla, outside linebacker. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. stock exchanges will close on Thursday, January 9th, a national day of mourning in honor of former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, who died on Sunday at the age of 100. The New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ announced the closures on Monday, a customary gesture to honor deceased presidents. Shoppers and restaurant patrons in the United States were choosy about where and how to spend their money as they wrestled with high housing and food prices in 2024. Well-heeled customers traded down to Walmart and Aldi. Diners opted for fast food or home cooking instead of sit-down restaurants. Department stores struggled as buyers shopped online or at cheaper chains. Amtrak has apologized for leaving possibly 110 passengers stranded at Washington, D.C.'s Union Station the night after Christmas, saying a miscommunication caused the train headed for New York City to leave them behind. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hey, Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Ford Sales is back home at our dealership at 821 North Main Street. We're closing in on our 2024 sales goals, and we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford, where you'll get huge savings, more for your trade, and rates as low as 0% APR. Shipments of new and quality pre-owned vehicles are arriving daily, so you can upgrade for less. If you're upside down in your loan or stuck in your lease, Roswell Ford wants to get you low-leased, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. Worried your credit is on the naughty list? Roswell Ford has partnered with the most aggressive lenders that will push to approve you today, even with bad or no credit. Plus, we have a great selection of low mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford with new management and a whole new attitude. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance plus tax, title, and license with approved credit.
Hi, Chef Anthony Noble here with the Valley Cafe at 801 West Brasher. We love serving you our delicious meals for lunch and dinner. The next time you're in on Monday or Tuesday, bring the family and take advantage of our kids' dinner special. With the purchase of an adult meal, you get the kids' meal for 20% off. That's right. Get the kids fed, save a little money, enjoy what I got cooking in the kitchen. Come visit us at 801 West Brasher in the Orange Building across from Church on the Move in Roswell. We have it all. Come taste and see.
Don't forget, you can also find the Valley Cafe on our website at toasttab.com/Valley Cafe. Also on DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats.
You there! What are these?
My glasses, Your Highness. They're
incredible. Who made these?
The eyesight in Roswell. Or was it Hobbs? Or maybe Carlsbad.
So well crafted and stylish. So the eyesight thinks they can challenge my throne with their quality eyewear.
Actually, Your Majesty, I got 2 pair and an eye exam. It was so easy. I did it during my lunch break, and they even took my insurance.
Lunch break? Who gave you a lunch break?
Human resources, Your Majesty.
Silence! I'll get you eyesight!
The Eyesight, now accepting new patients 5 and up in Roswell, Hobbs, and Carlsbad.
3 locations?
Clearly the best in sight.
Bring in the new year with Mark Chestnut, Tuesday, December 31st from 6 p.m. till midnight at the Artesia Country Club.
Oh, I should have done this and I should have done that. I should have been there and she'd have never left.
Say so long to 2024 and welcome in the new year with drinks, food, and friends beginning at 6 p.m. General admission is $100. Kids admission is only $20. Dinner at the Country Club and the concert is $250, or upgrade to a VIP table for 6 for $5,000 with only 4 tables left. VIP includes a private and intimate dinner with Mark Chestnut from 7 to 9 p.m., with the concert beginning at 10 p.m. All proceeds to benefit the Pena Project, helping to cover funerals and end-of-life costs for unexpected situations. Get tickets and learn more at thepenaproject.org. Celebrate the new year with Mark Chestnut.
Bubba shot the jukebox last night. Said it played a sad song that made him cry.
Tuesday, December 31st, 6 p.m. till midnight at the Artesia Country Club. Get tickets and more info at thepenaproject.org.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he's from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 7:58. Happy New Year's Eve to everyone out there. Hope, going to assume most of you enjoying some downtime today. A few of us in slaying the dragon one more time before we wrap up 2024 here. But stay tuned next hour. We're going to replay an interview we had with the ladies from the Chavez County Extension Office, talking mostly about just what they got coming up in 2025 with extension classes and stuff through ag as well. So we'll play that interview for you next hour there. So
one of the cool things about being in this building when nobody else is, because it's like New Year's Eve, and we have that caution tape up in the front because they're doing some renovations. My new favorite thing in the world to do is to aggressively whip that tape over my head and declare that this case is now under my jurisdiction. Listen up, people.
That's right.
I'm the one in charge now. This is my case. Thompson, what do we know?
Don't touch
to
anything.
nobody who's out there. It's just fun. I feel like that's why cops get into it, is for those little fun moments, like getting to aggressively walk under tape.
Yeah, just to keep some in the car.
Yeah. Just whip it around a couple of signs real quick. Folks, this case is under my jurisdiction. What case? What's happening? they were just doing renovations.
There's just a spill on the floor.
Just listen up, people.
That's right.
It's just fun.
All right, we'll be back in the other side of news.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
On townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. With President-elect Trump poised to return to office, one of the leaders of the January 6 prosecutions is calling it quits.
U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Matthew Graves, will step down from the post on January 16th, 4 days before the former president is set to return to the White House. A career prosecutor, Graves joined D.C.'s U.S. Attorney's Office in 2007 and served in several roles before being sworn in as top prosecutor on November 5th of 2021. His tenure has largely been defined by the January 6th Capitol attack.
Correspondent Bernie Bennett. Ford is catching some flack for not apologizing to the Jewish community for the anti-Israel, pro-Palestinian posts that appeared on its X account. Apparently the work of hackers, Ford says remarks not authorized by the company do not represent the views of Ford. Still, numerous posters on X are asking why no apology. It's already 2025 in some parts of the world. New Zealand, for instance.
Auckland has become the first major city in the world to bring in 2025, with thousands of revellers counting down to the new year and cheering at colourful fireworks launched from New Zealand's tallest structure, Sky Tower. Thousands also thronged to downtown or climbed the city's rings of volcanic peaks for a fireworks vantage point and a light display recognising Auckland's indigenous tribes. It follows a year marked by protests over Maori rights in the nation of 5 million. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
And 1 million people expected to gather tonight to ring in the new year in New York's Times Square. Could be a soggy party, though, with rain pretty much guaranteed. On Wall Street this morning, stocks are higher so far. The Dow is up 186 points. The Nasdaq ahead 37, and the S&P better by 18 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Ousted Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad named the world's most corrupt Person of the Year.
The poll, which has been running for over a decade, invites experts and the public to nominate an individual or institution that has done the most to advance corruption and organised criminal activity. The judges admitted that Kenya's President William Ruto had received the most votes, at over 40,000, following months of demonstrations over youth unemployment and a contentious finance bill proposal. But the judges ultimately decided to award Mr. Assad because of recent events in Syria. A new special lifetime non-achievement award has been given to the president of Equatorial Guinea.
The BBC's Camilla Mills. The South Korean court issuing warrants to detain impeached President Yoon, as well as to search his office and residence over his short-lived martial law declaration. Country's anti-corruption agency says it's investigating whether that declaration amounted to a rebellion. News and analysis, townhall.com. Some of those Facebook friends, they may not be the real deal.
Over the last decade, Facebook has seen a steady drop in users, some due to its censorship, and younger users moving on to new, cooler platforms. Now Meta is hoping that characters or profiles generated by artificial intelligence will increase engagement on its social media platforms. Meta is rolling out a range of AI products, including one that helps users create AI characters on Instagram and Facebook. A Meta official says the expectation is for these AI-generated accounts to look look and act like real people with bios and profile pictures and the ability to generate and share content powered by AI. The company says hundreds of thousands of characters have already been created using its AI character tool. Tasha Stevens reporting.
A second Florida Democrat state lawmaker, Hillary Cassell, switching her party affiliation. She's joining the Republican caucus. Earlier this month, Democrat Susan Valdez announced her switch to the GOP. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy New Year's Eve.
Yes, indeed. We are almost there.
Yeah. Hope you're resting up. You're going to stay up late tonight.
Yeah.
To ring in the new year.
Figure maybe a midday nap might be necessary.
Yeah.
To make it to midnight. I just don't have it like I used to.
Nope. No. And I'm having an Ozempic day. So.
Oh, yeah. Those are fun.
So we'll see how this day goes.
Yeah, I was gonna proudly announce I'm gonna stay awake for the rest of the year, but I can't promise that.
Yeah, I give no guarantees. Quite frankly, about 12:30 today, depending on what happens.
Right? Might be a long lunch, just see how it rolls. Thankfully, everybody else, in the at least in our industry, is kind of taking the rest of the year off for the most part.
I think so.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a short day today.
I mean,
Oink, wink, nod, nod.
They were pretty avidly talking about hitting the streets yesterday, but I'm hoping nothing came of that. I mean, I wish you well, gentlemen, but not right now.
Don't be angry at streets. Deserve that beating.
Just the streets gonna beat you hit back.
They hit hard.
They hit back, and they don't stop.
Yeah. So, do you have like a go-to movie you have to see every holiday season?
My holiday go-to is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Every single year, without fail, I have to watch it at least once. This year, I've gotten to watch it 1.5 times.
I gotta be honest. Of all of the Christmas movies, I think I saw that one a total of 5 to 6 times. In all of, I've never seen it. I don't think, to be honest, I sat down one time from beginning to end to watch it. Mm-hmm. But I think I've seen it 4 times over the course
just based on
over the last 2 weeks or whatever.
Taking in chunks of it, right.
Because I know there's been an hour where we sat there, with the gifts on, just whatever, and then it's on and we've been watching it.
I did end up accidentally watching the last 5 minutes of a Christmas Story, just because it came on right before AEW on Christmas Day when they were doing 24 hours of Christmas Story.
We saw about 60% of A Christmas Story on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw the parts that that you need to see.
Well, I'm trying to think where we picked it up at. I think we picked it up right about. I think it was right around the time when he's having his fantasy about presenting his paper to the teacher.
Okay.
Right around that point. Yeah.
So the scene in the Chinese restaurant
at the end,
towards the end, the fa ra 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 ra.
Uh-huh.
So the movie is based in the hometown of the writer of the movie.
Yeah.
But it was filmed in Toronto.
Right. I knew it was filmed in Canada.
And where it was filmed, finding an authentic Chinese restaurant was kind of a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
But they managed to find one place, and they dolled it up to look exactly like the restaurant that the author of. So the author of A Christmas Story, the story was first published, fun fact, in Playboy magazine. And the author of that story,
people really did read it for the article.
I'm telling you,
at one point.
I'm telling you, that's
the reason we had that Braille copy.
You're right.
I'm not joking. We had a Braille copy of Playboy.
The origin story of A Christmas Story comes from Playboy, as does the origin story for National Lampoon's Vacation. Vacation 58, I believe, was the name of the article.
Okay.
Not that I've read it or anything. I only read Playboy for the pictures
And the hi-fi stereophonic device.
And of course, those jokes in the back, those pub jokes are always great. But yeah, they took this Chinese restaurant for like 2 weeks. They basically commandeered it and made it look exactly like the restaurant in this dude's hometown.
Well, and I'm guessing they had to film some of it in Cleveland
Mhm.
because the house in which they reside in is in Cleveland.
Right. Well, yeah, they did establishing shots essentially. Yeah. So like they shot, some of the scenes there. They definitely did like the pan over scenes when they were showing the outside of the house. That was all shot there.
Yeah, and because I've seen the house,
Mhm.
it looks, that yellow of the house, and it looks way nicer in today form than it does in the film. Because the film, was that the 40s?
When it was filmed?
No, when the time period.
Oh, it was. I think it was like 40s to 50s.
Yeah, I want to say 40s or something like that.
Mhm.
So it looks a little rougher,
right,
than that time period. But which because that always makes because when you watch the new the second whatever they call the sequel,
Mhm.
I'm like I think that's in the 60s.
Okay,
I think.
Yeah, I never watched the sequel though.
It's pretty good.
Did
you like A Christmas Story?
I enjoyed it.
It's good. I like the continuation of the story. The only problem you have to suspend disbelief is he's got a new mom because his mom is Julie Haggerty in the second.
Well, I mean, I could get past that.
The actress that I believe is no longer with us.
I grew up in the age of two different moms on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, or Aunt Viv, excuse me, on Fresh Prince. So I'm sure I can get through that one. Here's a fun little fact for you: the movie "It's a Wonderful Life."
Uh-huh.
The reason it got to be to where it is today, it was actually an RKO film, and for those who don't know, RKO was created by Howard Hughes. It was his network essentially that he created because he wanted something he could watch his shows when he could phone up the network and be like, put this on, and they would. Right. And so when his RKO went under and his empire essentially went under, that film went into was essentially pennies on the dollar to get for networks to use for broadcast.
Okay.
That's the entire reason it became such a hit, because networks would scoop it up, or NBC specifically would scoop it up every year for pennies on the dollar, and they could run it and actually make a profit off of it.
Sure. And now
it's a holiday classic.
I'm going to guess Wizard of Oz is somewhere in that same.
I think very much in that same vein.
Same similar story. Something like
Well,
that.
I've heard that one didn't really hit as far as like a classic or a holiday classic until the release of home media. Like once home media became a thing, that was like one of the first movies that became the home video smash.
Well, and for its time, it was a kind of a breakthrough in the technology of film with going to color in the middle of it and all that. It's kind of
that is a fun story how that scene got shot.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is actually shot in color. The scene where Dorothy, in her black and white after they land, opens the door and walks into Oz. Everything in that room was painted in silver, lead-based paint, including the actors who played Dorothy's sister, who was her double in the movie. They painted her entirely in this like silver dust paint. And the walk-in scene, so here's what happens. They show the backside of black and white Dorothy, and then she backs out of the scene, and full color Dorothy walks through the door.
Okay.
So the whole thing is actually shot in Technicolor,
But that first half of the scene, they just painted everything to make it look black and white.
And that's why they all have weird cancers
It's
later.
exactly 16 different kinds of mesotheliomas because of that one scene.
Yep. That's correct. But
this is what happens when you don't have friends and you have YouTube. You just learn random stuff like this.
Well, I'm always a mark for those behind closed door
Mhm.
shows or, behind the scenes shows. And, anytime like Reels Channel will have like a marathon,
Right.
Back to the Future behind closed doors. I'm like, all right, I'll watch that.
Mhm.
Top Gun behind closed doors. All right, I'll watch that.
I need to know.
I'm a mark.
Mhm.
I'm a mark indeed. Happy New Year's Eve.
Yes.
We're going to, like I said, play our interview we had with the ladies from the Extension Office earlier this month, talking about really stuff to sign up for here in 2025.
Mhm.
That's what we're talking about through 4-H, through extension clubs, through diabetes awareness classes, through ag,
Mhm.
needing your master gardeners, things like that. All that sign-ups for that's going on now. So we'll play that interview for you here in just a few.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety and whatever else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not doing that today. We still got some eggs.
I was thinking about it. I was like, is that a New Year's Eve thing or do you?
I'm not
do
going to
you
do
wait?
it today. I can't do it.
You can't. Now, here's the thing. This is going to be one of those things you're going to have to talk yourself into. Or is that ever going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I really do. Just today's Ozempic Day.
Oh, well, no, that makes sense. That
Yeah,
does make
that's
sense.
why I don't want to do it.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm in.
I
No,
always feel-
I'm oddly
I always feel that you'd
excited
be
to
like,
try
oh,
these.
cool. Have you finished Deadpool and Wolverine yet?
Almost.
Okay.
I got farther.
Okay. I'll
on
give
the
you that.
plane. And then
Okay, on
the
the
plane
plane.
ended me. And then I didn't finish. So
That's fair.
So now I got to finish. So, I mean, I got ended because the plane landed.
In fairness, I went back to try to watch it again, and I think this is more just a product of it was a long day.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
It's just a lot.
It's a lot of movie to take in. Yeah.
And I like Ryan Reynolds. There's a lot of Ryan Reynolds. Like a lot of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of him in this.
And I don't know if I want all that lot of Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it is 8:17. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cool high pressure overhead, and that'll keep things nice for our New Year's Day. Sunshine today, we're headed for the mid and upper 50s. For the overnight hours, it'll be clear, our low in the upper 20s to low 30s. A little bit cooler on New Year's Day, low 50s and plenty of sunshine. Then we start warming up a little bit again on Thursday, low 60s and sunny, 60s and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 38 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 44%. Winds currently out of the northeast at 5 miles per hour. Sunny and mid-50s for a high today, 56 officially. Winds be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Skies will be clear tonight, but chilly. Overnight low of 27 degrees, so bundle up as you ring in the new year, as you do it responsibly. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny for your New Year's Day with a high of 53 expected. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow night, clear skies, overnight low of 28. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny and 63 for a high. Friday, sunny and a high of 60. And then looking at the weekend, partly cloudy, 62 for Saturday. Mostly sunny, highs right around 60 on Sunday. So really kind of warming up nicely, or tapering off to a nice 60 for the back half of the week here to start 2025. All right, it is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take about a 4-minute break, and then, like I said, we'll play our interview we had with the Chavez County Extension Office ladies talking about things to sign up for in 2025. That's up next. Don't go away.
You there! What are these?
My glasses, Your Highness. They're
incredible. Who made these?
The eyesight in Roswell. Or was it Hobbs? Or maybe Carlsbad.
So well crafted and stylish. So the eyesight thinks they can challenge my throne with their quality eyewear.
Actually, Your Majesty, I got 2 pair and an eye exam. It was so easy. I did it during my lunch break, and they even took my insurance.
Lunch break? Who gave you a lunch break?
Human resources, Your Majesty?
Silence! I'll get you, eyesight!
The Eyesight, now accepting new patients 5 and up in Roswell, Hobbs, and Carlsbad.
3 locations?
Clearly the best in sight.
So your pecans aren't as big and bountiful as they used to be? Well, what would Jim Gill do?
Hi, this is Ben from Roswell Seed Company. Few people knew as much about pecans as Jim Gill. And if he were here today, he'd tell you it was time to fertilize. He'd tell you just what you need and show you how to use it. Then he'd make some joke about your neighbors making fun of your nuts.
So when there's trouble with your pecans, head for Roswell Seed Company and ask them, what would Jim Gill do?
Maybe your AC unit needs a little tender loving care. If you don't know where to turn, then you don't know Jack. In fact, they're downright funky. Let the boys at Fergie's Plumbing and Heating get your AC unit ice cold, just like some of my lady friends. Don't let any fool make you lose your cool. Fergie's Plumbing and Heating. If you don't know Fergie, then you don't know Jack. 622-2660.
Find your path to a greater future with Eastern New Mexico University. If you're looking to take the next step in your higher education journey, both in person and online, Eastern New Mexico University is the place for you. ENMU is now accepting applications for spring 2025, so don't miss out on your opportunity to join more than 5,700 fellow Greyhounds on this exciting path to student success. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
Hi, I'm Chef Anthony Noble at the Valley Cafe located at 801 West Brasher in Roswell. We want to welcome you for dinner 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays, except Wednesday we close at 2 p.m. If you haven't tried our food yet, I hope you come try one of our dinner entrees, pasta, soups, salads, burgers, and sandwiches, and our weekly specials as well. Let me make you great dinner. Visit the Valley Cafe at 801 West Brasher, the Orange Building across from Church on the Move in Roswell.
Can't see us in person? Find our full menu on DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats.
Your window of opportunity is almost here. Open enrollment period is your chance to sign up for affordable health insurance through Be Well, New Mexico's health insurance marketplace. Get free help finding a quality, low-cost plan that covers medical appointments, urgent care, prescriptions, and more. You could even qualify for free coverage. Visit BeWellNM.com between November 1st and January 15th to find a plan that fits your life and your budget, and open a whole new world of possibilities.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
That's like a level 2 dad joke. You know, you could do better, but I write a lot of those. Not all of them are winners. Sorry about that. Good morning. It's 31 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in the studio this morning from the Chaves County Extension Office, we have the ladies of the office this morning, Tamara Schubert and Katie Wright as well. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you today? Seeing news and cheerful. Look at that. All good. So,
yeah.
First question. Y'all ready for Christmas?
Absolutely.
No. Personally, professionally, no way, shape, or form am I ready for Christmas. So,
Christmas pajamas and snacks.
Yeah.
I'm ready for those.
yeah. Now, I got to say it because you are on camera.
Okay.
They coordinated today. Look at this.
We tried really hard.
Because I know people at camera, are they wearing the same shirt?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Was it a complete mistake? Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, this is purely coincidental, which I know it's really hard to believe because they're like the same shirt. They're not.
Well,
I
here's
think
the
the patterns
thing.
are slightly different.
They were
but-
having a sale,
Oh.
and we talked about the sale.
Y'all were together shopping, weren't you?
No.
Oh, y'all literally. I thought
said,
maybe you were together. Like,
hey,
oh, I love
Tamara,
that.
I went to this awesome sale, and she
Okay.
said, cool, and then we
Ah.
came back with the same shirt.
But just found out y'all have the same taste, I guess.
You know.
You see that hideous purple one over there? No, I
Yeah, we
didn't
didn't get that one, no.
Well, great. Well,
Says the person who wears it the next day.
that's right. Then you see then Drew comes in with that purple shirt. Sorry, Drew, you're the last one left. I had to throw somebody under the bus. But we'll just go with great minds think alike.
There you go.
And that's what we'll call
like
the
it.
theme for that today here. But I know not ready for Christmas. But are you guys gonna be in town, or you got family coming in, going out? What's y'all?
No, we're here.
Good deal.
Just hanging out.
Just here doing Christmas with the fam and enjoying time and doing all that stuff. Well, good. However, now in the extension office, I think you guys now kind of turn your kind of attention to 2025.
Right.
Yes.
Where that's where a lot, most of the stuff for this year, the big stuff anyway, there might be a few meetings here or there between now and the end of the year. But as far as the big programs, the big stuff, we're now time to sign up for 2025, various classes, courses through the 4-H side, through extension side, through the home economics, that's all extension side, home economics side, and of course the gardening and agriculture side as well here too. So it is, and this is the time you need to maybe you might get a notebook down or something, because there's kind of a like if you're like, oh, I always want to get in that diabetes.
Write it down now.
Now's the time.
Write
Now's
it
the time.
down.
Tell your friends, spare it. This is the time. Not 3 months from now or a month from now. Right now is that time. So it's a lot of that stuff today, right?
Yes.
Pretty much what we're doing. Good.
Yes.
Good deal. Well, I'll let you guys kind of drive from here. Where are we going to start?
I'm going to let Katie start with 4-H.
Okay, so we just did super awesome awards ceremony, celebrated a lot of wonderful accomplishments, but we would love to celebrate all the other youth out there as well, which means that registration is open and that we are happy to have you in and around to learn and do things and celebrate you this coming year.
There's so many different ways you can get involved in 4-H, regardless of what your interests are.
Yes.
If you have interests, then 4-H... interest. You just have interests.
If you would like to have interest, we can give you some interest.
If you need a hobby, we got that too.
That's what 4-H is really about. Is it's getting these young minds and giving them, contributing to their foundation to become adults. All obviously, but it's also an opportunity for kids to find their way in the world. Find out things they like, they don't like, and do it in a way that's a lot less expensive than some other ways to find these things out, and a chance to work on the other things that as parents you can't sit them in a room and teach them how to work in groups, how to engage socially with people, how to talk to and see and interact with people face to face, which when we were kids was not a thing. Now it's very much a thing.
It is very much a thing, yes.
In the world of computers and everything else, that actual people in a room socializing, that's a skill set we have to teach kids now. And the best way to learn that is being in a room with other people doing things like 4-H.
Well, and one thing we talk about in the 4-H world a lot is one caring adult beyond your family unit. Right. So we know that moms and dads and aunties and uncles and grandmas and grandpas are wonderful influences on their kiddos.
Absolutely.
But we've got a group of volunteers and family members and club leaders that just want to love on your kids and be that additional caring adult in their life that they can look up to.
I'm sure they're scratching a few itches themselves. You know what I mean? Because that's why people volunteer. They want to help people. They want to get involved. But at the same time, it makes you feel like a good person, and you're happy about your life too. So if you want to volunteer and be some of these people, we'd love to have you too.
If you have hobbies,
come see us.
You can teach your hobbies.
You're right. This is these are people. It's the same thing I always talk about, like in schools, especially with elementary teachers. And sometimes when parents, especially in the world we live in with security and everything, you just can't roll up and bring a lunch to school anymore. That's gone the way of the dodo. But parents don't always get that. It's like, look, I'm just here for my kid. I want to get in and out, and I'm telling you, and you hit brick walls and you get mad. I'm telling you, it's because those teachers will die for your kids.
They will.
I'm telling you right now, those teachers, as my wife being one of them, I will tell you they will die for you. So give them be a little thankful instead of a little. I get it. You got a day and you're all that, but these adults want the best for your kids and will go through a wall for them, and that's all they're coming from that place. When you understand that, not so mad that you had to wait an extra minute to get a sandwich to your kid. Same thing in 4-H, obviously security and all that, but the amount of passion that these folks have for your children is equally the same. They love to see when these kids mature and they go from struggling to success. That's their biggest drug that they, when we talk about drugs and think that's what it is. There's no better feeling for and if you've never had that experience, give it a try. You might find it's pretty cool too. So anyway, sorry, I got so boxy as all get out. But anyway, sorry.
We have to stand on those every now and then.
I want to, but I do this because this is programs like 4-H are so vital for kids and things like
Absolutely.
that. And if 4-H not your bag, then find another one. But whatever it is, you got to get your kids
involved. You got to get plugged in somewhere. I don't care where. I'd love it to be with me. Yeah. And
all I say is 4-H has got everything. It's not like if you're thinking it's cows and pigs and showing animals, that is one sliver. It's a big sliver, but you can talk about computers. You can be fully engaged in 4-H and never clean an animal, touch an animal, or smell an animal.
Correct. Absolutely.
Unless you want to. And that's my point, is check out 4-H and see. And likewise, adults out there, that's the beauty of 4-H. If we don't have what you want, we can make it. And make that happen. And so if you have that interest, you say, I'm a welder, I'm a brander, I'm a crocheter, whatever that is, maybe we can put something
have
together.
those projects.
Yeah, exactly.
So last plug before I give it to Miss Tamara, we will be at the library in Hagerman tomorrow doing some arts and crafts.
Perfect.
And then we'll be back at both the Roswell Library and Hagerman Library come January to do some origami.
And that's for your monthly visits.
That's our monthly 4-H visit. Yeah. So that is a great place to come sample 4-H, meet, visit, hang out, all the good stuff. So come see us.
Yeah, generally you're either going to have a cool craft or you get to eat something or, there's always something you walk away with pretty cool.
You always leave better from a 4-H program.
Exactly. And so, but for folks, come out. You're going to be in Hagerman tomorrow. What time do you guys are out at the Hagerman Library?
3:30.
3:30. So be there at 3:30 after. So if you missed them here in Roswell, you're more than welcome to drive on up to Hagerman.
Come see us twice.
Yeah, come
We've
on
already
down.
got a little girl planning to see us twice.
Excellent.
So
you got roadies.
We do.
It's going to be like the Grateful Dead. They're going to be selling T-shirts outside the library.
They use Roswell as the practice and Hagerman as the we're going to perfect it and try it again.
Right, love it. That's right. It's all learning. But yeah, so come be a part of that. And of course, if you have any questions about 4-H or anything, don't hesitate. Call the extension officer. Come by or go on Facebook. You just type in Roswell 4-H or anything in there. You'll see all the pages that you can do all that kind of stuff. Is there any other 4-H stuff we want to mention before we kind of move on?
Not right now. Stay tuned.
Other than project workshops have already started. So now's the time to get in and get enrolled.
Excellent. Yeah. So again, that's what I'm telling you. Pretty much everything extension related. This is sign up season for everything. So that's kind of why this is an important one. And I know every time they got this. How do I get on? This is that time of year. This is the time. So tell your friends. If everyone's been saying it, this is the time. Now. Don't get them mad again in April when they try to sign up and it's too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead. Let's move on to our next thing.
No worries. So our Prevent T2 class is starting in January.
Okay.
So our first class is actually the 14th.
Okay.
So if they are at risk for type 2 diabetes or whether or not the doctor has diagnosed them, because most of us live without knowing it.
Until someone tells you.
Yes. Yeah. So if you think you're at risk or your doctor has said, hey, we probably need to check this out, come see us.
Yeah. Like if you heard that term, you're pre-diabetic. Like if you're on the course you're on now, you will be full-blown diabetic. You need to change your diet, your habits. If you do that, you will not hit the diabetic category. So if you're in that category, then this is definitely something you want to sign up for because the idea is to keep you from getting diabetic.
Right. So our T2 class is a year-long program. So for the first quarter, we do meet every week. So it does take some commitment. Mm-hmm. But the end goal is to keep you from getting that full-blown diagnosis of diabetes.
Absolutely. And it really gives you the lifestyle change.
It is.
But it also, it's a support group, isn't it? Because now you're going through it. It's a social group where everyone's, learning. And
we're all in there with the same issues and the same problems, and we all talk it out.
And so you're each other's support system because there's going to be days where that pie starts dancing in front of you, or that cheese. Yeah, I get it. Life happens. And you know what? You're going to fail, and that's okay.
Get back up.
But then you get back up and say, all right, next time I got, or you know what? I did that. Maybe we're going to walk a few extra times around the block to
I'm going to have half a piece of pie
to maybe counterbalance some of the negative effects of this thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's what this group's about. It's to to learn together how to create a lifestyle that is pleasurable but still healthy. And,
correct.
And throughout the day, you're going to learn different ways to do things, because get it. You love pizza. Pizza is not a diabetic's friend. It just isn't. But there's ways to do that. And you learn that kind of stuff over the way. You learn to find ways to satisfy the craving without destroying the diet and doing
correct.
it. It's like ice cream. There's different types of ice cream, but even still, maybe you're like, I don't like that stuff. All right, get the full-leaded stuff, but maybe just eat a spoonful or two instead of the entire quart or a bowl that literally looks like Salad Mountain. It's like the bowl stopped here. Why does it keep going up here? Anyway, sorry, but that's the kind of stuff you learn. That's the type of stuff. So, but please sign up now and
yes.
Do that.
So it's a free class. But we do require some pre-registration so that we can get all the materials and stuff in.
Absolutely. Well, and because the extension office, it's through the university, in the New Mexico State University and all that. And so statistics and collections of data, that's how the money flows. That's how the programs flow. So yes, they're all free to you, but they want the people that fund this stuff, aka taxpayer money at some point or another, they want to make sure these programs are beneficial. So that's why they collect tons of data. And so just be patient when they say why you want, that's because, it's for the purposes of collection data. Hey, we're offering products and programs for the public. Are we getting the most bang that we could of these programs? So that's why they do all that stuff. So nothing nefarious, nothing personal. They just want to get it better, make sure and keep evolving to a better program. So that's why it's doing that.
Yeah. So if they happen to already be diagnosed as diabetic, then they want to come join our Kitchen Creations program. Mm-hmm. So we typically host 2 a year, and that first one is Mondays in March. And so again, they can call the extension office. Yeah. It's free of charge.
And that's the fun one where you're cooking and you're not just book learning, you're out there cooking and tasting and trying and doing all that kind of stuff. So creating the menu. That's the real class where you said, oh, yeah, I know you love pizza, but, you can do a lot of good stuff with cauliflower. And it don't mess with your numbers like the full-on, wheat does. So, and to be honest, if you've never had one of those pizzas, it's pretty good.
I love cauliflower pizza.
Yeah. Now, if you like the foldings, then that's not going to be. But if you like the thin crust kind of that, then, they can make, you won't even know it's cauliflower. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't even know. That's the big. But if you like that New York style fold kind of thing, technology has not got us there yet. I'm sure they're working on it, but I'm sure there will be some kind of thing that they've got. But that's what this thing is. We're substituting meats or doing it. But sign up for the Kitchen Creations class, and to be honest, that's the one most people highly covet, but miss the window to sign up for. So now's that time. This is that sweet spot. If you've been missing out on Kitchen Creations for years because you keep missing the window to sign up, now is the time. You are being warned. This is what's that joke? This is God. You are being told that this is the time. There's one about an ice skate rink. He's like, God, do not fish here. There are no fish here. You ever heard that joke? You never heard that? It's a bad joke. All right, real quick. So guys going out ice fishing. And so he cuts a hole in the ice and he starts fishing. All of a sudden he hears this voice from another. There are no fish here. God, is that you? Wow. So he picks up, goes down another spot, cuts a hole, starts fishing. All of a sudden, there are no fish here. Finally, he's like, God, is that you? And he said, no, I'm the rink manager. And that's kind of it's a bad joke. Sorry.
No. Do you want to hear a bad joke?
We do a lot
Do you
of bad
know
jokes
where
in our
Rudolph goes to get a new tail?
I don't.
The retail shop.
Ooh,
Yeah, sorry.
Well, let's keep that vein going. Where does Luke Skywalker go to get his other hand? The second-hand store.
Yep.
I just made that up on the spot. That's pretty good. I'm impressing myself. I made a bad joke up on the spot.
Write that one down so you can come back to it, right?
Y'all can use it if you want.
I may need that.
Oh man, but reel it back in. Come, these classes. And this is the beauty. All this is free of charge. This is stuff that you can take it. This is a resource for you when it comes and anything gardening, anything health, like especially diabetics and nutrition and all that stuff, and certainly anything 4-H. Call the extension office, have questions, and we'll get all that stuff and everything here, and all of it's free of charge to you. So use these resources. There's so much through the extension office that you could make your life easier and not pay a dime doing it. And it's kind of like having your own personal internet sometimes is the extension office. That's kind of
except for it's research-based, valuable information.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But you got like a Sherpa saying.
This isn't your AI synopsis.
Yeah,
this is proven.
You're the community notes that kind of comes in and says, that's not real.
That's not right.
But that's kind of what the extension office kind of is. But think of it for your life. And so please sign up for these programs. But if you're not familiar or you're like want to learn, just call and, hey, I'd love to, if you got a hobby, if you got an interest, if you've got something that you want to do, extension office has a thing. If you've got a question, it's like, hey, I want to learn how to grow stuff, then, I got a brown thumb, I want a green one. How do I do it? Well, we can help you with that.
So speaking of growing things, so my understanding is they're still taking applications for the 2025 Master Gardener class.
Yes.
So if they're interested in learning more about gardening and being one of those master gardeners, they need to go ahead and call the office and get those applications turned in as soon as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is now, full warning, if you're the brown thumb guy, you're not ready for Master Gardener class. We got some other classes for you. Come out to the Master Gardeners Library. They come out each month to the library doing their thing too. Come to that. This class, you're not ready for it. Your head will be swimming.
Well, and we will be having, I believe it's in March, a winter and herb gardening training with Drew for the community through our extension clubs.
Excellent.
And so there are some trainings coming on, but jump in.
But if you're a gardener and you want to get better and learn more, even if you're in the ag industry and want it, that the Master Gardener class is it's like how to be a Hall of Famer club. You want to learn how to be a Hall of Famer, sign up for that class. In the gardening world, that's how you do it. But again, this is that time to sign up. If you wait for a month or two from now, you're going to miss that window.
Right.
So sign up right now. Come to the extension office and do that. Extension clubs, too. That's another thing. This is kind of the catch-all, be-all. Is like if you didn't find anything and everything else we just talked about, maybe an extension club is something.
So we've got 4 extension clubs in the county. So there are adult clubs that do learning programs during their monthly meetings, but they also do community service and things like that. So if you're an adult looking for a social group or some hobbies, come join us. Yeah. They meet at different days. They did select their 6 trainings for the upcoming year that are open to the community, and those kick off in February with cricket cutting. So if they're interested or have some machines at home that maybe they're not quite familiar with, come join us.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's a sewing thing?
No, it's a paper craft.
Paper craft.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's vinyl, laminate, kind of, it's all kinds of stuff.
Like, do they hunt them? And
yeah,
them?
No.
So the cricket is the logo,
okay.
and that's all it has to do with the cricket.
Okay, because I'm like,
that's
like the noise with the legs is going to get annoying after a while. And then I was like, maybe it's like the phone, the cricket. They're cutting phones? What are they doing?
No, not this time.
So apparently it's doing with like vinyl and it's a craft that.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. And it's a machine. Cool. Excellent. I just learned something today.
Check mark. Yes.
I got 8 crickets once. That was all right. I don't want to do it all the time. It isn't.
We promise we won't eat crickets, but we will tell you how to work with your machines.
Surely somebody has a recipe for that, right?
Yeah. I've actually had them, and I mean, I wouldn't want to say, sign me up. This is what I'm going to eat every day, all day, the rest of the day. But, if it's like a bowl of nuts sitting on the table. If they're sitting there, all right, I'll eat one.
I tried them on my study abroad, and I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah.
They're just there.
Like if you fry them, I've had them fried. I've had them like they.
Well, see, I had candy.
Yeah, this was like a chocolate one. But I've had them where it was like fried little carcasses. And
don't worry, we are not going to feed you crickets of any kind. We are going to teach you to use your craft machine.
This sounds delicious. Sign up for Cook. No, I'm just kidding. There will be no crickets in that.
But this means I probably need to do some explanation on the flyers.
I just created a problem. No actual crickets for food or
harms.
Right? It's just a.
This is not a mashup between the
name of a
SCS
machine.
side and the
That's
ag
all
side.
It's the name of a machine. Well, wait till we get to the hot dog session. No, I'm just kidding. But and here's the thing too. If you're interested, in maybe starting some other clubs and things like that. This is the time,
So this is a great opportunity, especially if you've got a group of ladies or just a group that gets together anyways.
Right.
This is a great little addition. So when we have our trainings and stuff, we prep boxes. You can take those, have that within your own little group. Doesn't mean you have to do any more work, but it's a great opportunity to add some things to your groups that may already be meeting.
Absolutely. And who knows? Maybe bring in a couple new people that are like, hey, we like this one. We're ready to come in. And I'm telling you, it's as much a social thing as it is a thing about the actual craft or thing you're doing. That's that's part of it. That's what binds you all together. At the end of the day, it's people connecting. And,
yes.
And who knows? You might just accidentally just found your best friend for the rest of your life, or the bare minimum, your Thursday coffee buddy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Any of that is possible here. So, but again, call the extension office or come by and learn more about either this current and getting in, or maybe learn about possibly starting another club, something like that here too. So, what else we got? Did we get it all, or I know there's a whole lot.
I think we got it all. I think we covered it.
Very good. But if you've got anything. The Master Gardeners classes, signing up for pre-diabetics or the Cooking Sensations classes, anything for 4-H or any of that stuff right now is the time to sign up. Come by the extension office or call the extension office or get onto the website or all of the above, and let's start making things happen. So,
yes.
All right, I guess the last part. Phone numbers and all the good things that they can get a hold of you.
622-3210.
Very good. Call that number. It's 202 Chisholm or 200?
200 East Chisholm.
200 East. I knew it's East Chisholm. It was 2 something, but I was like,
Suite number 4.
There you go. Come on by the office there. And, of course, on Facebook, all their stuff on Facebook is through New Mexico State, too. So, but if you type in Chavez County Extension Roswell, it'll pop up in the search thing. But when you see NMSU all over it, you're in the right place. That's supposed to be.
Yes.
The extension office is through the New Mexico State University. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year if I don't see you between now and then. And we look forward to talking about bigger and better crickets in 2025. Thank you, ladies. All right, it is 8:55.
A deputy's patrol car and then leading authorities on a big chase. 37-year-old Javier Madrid was arrested December 23rd after the traffic stop went haywire near South Lee Avenue and West 19th Street. The deputy who was inside the patrol car was not injured. The pursuit ended near the US 70 bypass, and Madrid was allegedly in possession of fentanyl. State health officials say cases of norovirus are on the rise across New Mexico. Dr. Chad Smelzer, the deputy state epidemiologist, told KRQE television that cases have actually been on the rise since October. Norovirus can cause severe nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Nationally, CDC data across 14 states shows 91 outbreaks the week of December 5th. That's up from 69 outbreaks the week of November 28th. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Let's talk all-state selections in football on this last day of the year. The Roswell Coyotes, state champions in Class 5A, as you might expect, have a lot of picks. And remember, an all-state, even honorable mention, is a big deal. So congratulations to first-teamers Matt Avicia at center, Daniel Chavez Gonzalez, offensive lineman, Cy Carrasco, both as a punter and a defensive back, first team in both. Mason Greathouse, defensive end, Noah Lynn, first-team defensive line, and Keegan Nichols, first-team outside linebacker. Second-teamers for the Coyotes, Jalen Cloud, Abraham Toscano, Noah Estrada, tight end, Adam Rutley, defensive end, Dominique Silva, and Michael Lucero, honorable mention for Ethan Lopez, offensive line, and Andrew Padilla, outside linebacker. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cool high pressure overhead, and that'll keep things nice for our New Year's Day. Sunshine today. We're headed for the mid and upper 50s. Over the overnight hours, it'll be clear. Our low in the upper 20s to low 30s. A little bit cooler on New Year's Day, low 50s and plenty of sunshine. Then we start warming up a little bit again on Thursday, low 60s and sunny, 60s and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report.
Coming off what was a down day on Wall Street yesterday, stocks will look to rebound. Trading was thin or muted yesterday amid the closing days of the calendar year, the closing days of the so-called Santa Claus rally. The Dow was able to claw back some of its earlier losses during afternoon trading yesterday. Economic data, pending home sales, moved up 2.2% in November, marking the fourth straight month of increases. And today we'll get the S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index, looking at 20 cities' prices for the month of November. Later this week, online shopping giant Amazon will require employees to be back in the office 5 days a week. That's a return to its pre-pandemic policies. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration out with several vehicle recalls. Some of these vehicles have seats with missing mounting bolts, and that includes 22,000 Kia electric EV9 SUVs. Volvo also recalling some of its 2023 and 2024 C40 electric crossovers because of potential airbag issues. And January 9th, in honor of the National Day of Mourning for the death of former President Jimmy Carter, the New York Stock Exchange will be closed. With business, I'm James Flippin.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report.
This is Judge Janine Pirro with an important message. A mom and her son were being followed by a man in a parking lot. As he approached their car, she pulled out her Byrna launcher, and the sight of it was enough to make him flee. Byrna gives you the power to protect your family without lethal force. No permits, no background checks, just peace of mind. Visit Byrna.com and use code Janine for 10% off. Remember, Byrna isn't legal in New York City or Yonkers. Stay safe, stay prepared with Byrna.
Roswell Tire and Appliance has a great selection of brand new refrigerators, freezers, ranges, washers, and dryers, all with special Christmas pricing now through New Year's. With Roswell Tire and Appliance, you can have it in your home before the end of the year. Save even more on their selection of scratch and dent appliances. Plus, find a huge selection of tires and the people to help you get it done. Roswell Tire and Appliance can repair your appliance as well. They pride themselves in service long after the sale, with repair warranty, and they deliver to all of Roswell and the surrounding area. Roswell Tire and Appliance, 101 South Main in downtown Roswell. Ring in the new year with Mark Chestnut, Tuesday, December 31st from 6 p.m. till midnight at the Artesia Country Club.
Oh, I should have done this and I should have done that. I should have been bad and she'd never left.
Say so long to 2024 and welcome in the new year with drinks, food, and friends beginning at 6 p.m. General admission is $100. Kids admission is only $20. Dinner at the Country Club and the concert is $250, or upgrade to a VIP table for 6 for $5,000 with only 4 tables left. VIP includes a private and intimate dinner with Mark Chestnut from 7 to 9 p.m., with the concert beginning at 10 p.m. All proceeds to benefit the Pena Project, helping to cover funerals and end-of-life costs for unexpected situations. Get tickets and learn more at thepenaproject.org. Celebrate the new year with Mark Chestnut.
Bubba shot the jukebox last night. He said it played a sad song. It made him cry.
Tuesday, December 31st, 6 p.m. till midnight at the Artesia Country Club. Get tickets and more info at thepenaproject.org. Registration for the spring semester is on now at ENMU Roswell. A great career in healthcare, arts and sciences, or technical trades is waiting for you. Now's the time to skill up and get certified. Register today for spring 2025 classes and talk with an advisor. Log on to roswell.enmu.edu. ENMU Roswell. Success starts here.
Success starts here. ENMU Roswell.
I'm Kyle Stepp, a proud New Mexican, para-triathlete, and Be Well customer. After I lost my leg, I found a new purpose in life. With the help of Be Well, New Mexico's health insurance marketplace, I can push myself to be the best athlete I can be. Be Well connected me to low-cost, quality coverage from providers I trust. I stopped worrying about medical bills and started living my best life. Sign up for affordable coverage today at BeWellNM.com.
Hey, Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Ford Sales is back home at our dealership at 821 North Main Street. We're closing in on our 2024 sales goals, and we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford, where you'll get huge savings, more for your trade, and rates as low as 0% APR. Shipments of new and quality pre-owned vehicles are arriving daily, so you can upgrade for less. If you're upside down in your loan or stuck in your lease, Roswell Ford wants to get you low leased, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. Worried your credit is on the naughty list? Roswell Ford has partnered with the most aggressive lenders that will push to approve you today, even with bad or no credit. Plus, we have a great selection of low mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford with new management and a whole new attitude. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance plus tax, title, and license with approved credit.
I think it's fair to say it can be overwhelming.
Navigating the child support system can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be by simply reaching out to the New Mexico Child Support Services Division.
I think it's really important to accept the fact that it's okay to need help, and it's okay to ask for assistance for your kiddos. It helped me be the best parent I could be. It helped me help her thrive.
Visit yes.nm.gov today or call 1-800-283-4465. Brought to you by the HCA, the NMBA, and this station.
If you suffer from pulgonophobia, you would not want to attend a party with the following people: Kenny Rogers, Santa Claus, Willie Nelson, the cast of Duck Dynasty, and 2/3 of ZZ Top. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:56. Got a few minutes before the top of the hour. Stay tuned next hour, here about 9:15 or so. We're going to be joined on the phone by some of the folks from Church on the Nazarene, talking about they're inviting folks to come out to church on Sunday here. They're going to have an amazing performance from the African Children's Choir, and that'll be at 10:45 at Church of the Nazarene there on Sycamore this Sunday. So we're going to talk a little bit about that with them, and pretty neat story and all that. So we'll have that for you next hour. Something I was looking around on Facebook that I thought it was an interesting something, at least in my world. Now, I went into the comments, and people are debunking the date, but it was basically like this post on Facebook talking about how on this date in 1994, the film Clerks was released, the Kevin Smith directed, written film. And then I went in the comments, and someone said it actually came out in October or something like that. But anyway, the part that, it's just interesting, how films were made then, and how, Kevin Smith, where he's at today, he's pretty much a pretty big deal in his world now. But that entire movie Clerks, which is a cult classic if you've never seen it, he shot it for a grand total of $27,575, and of course it was all filmed in the convenience store and the video stores that the movie takes place in. To acquire that money for the movie, Kevin Smith sold a large portion of his comic book collection in 1993, which he's since bought back, I think, probably tenfold in his time now. He borrowed $3,000 from his parents. He maxed out 8 to 10 credit cards with $2,000 limits. He dipped into a portion of funds he got back from his college education, and then spent insurance money awarded for a car he and a friend, Jason Mewes, had lost in a flood. Who is, Jay and Silent Bob Jay. But so I thought it was kind of neat. And then, of course, they talked about how, he actually worked at that convenience store. And I guess the guy only let him agree to film at night. Hence the reason if, at the beginning of the movie, the shield, the shutter stuck, and, that's why it's closed, because they had to film at night. So they, granted, they only had $27,000. So simulating daytime cost money. So that was the reason they did that. And And it's kind of interesting there. And I guess if you probably watch like the DVD and the outtakes, it tells you some of the stuff. But I didn't know half that stuff. But I thought it was neat. It's just kind of a cool. And I'm a Kevin Smith fan of his films. So if I kind of grew, like I parallel a lot, because of the time I graduated high school in 91. So he's kind of I think he's a couple years older than me, but we're roughly kind of chewed a lot of the same dirt growing up, hockey and all that stuff. So him and I parallel a lot. So I've always been a fan of his movies and pretty much any of his movies, and obviously huge fans of the Jay and Silent Bob films. But pretty much anything Kevin Smith does, I'm at least going to check out because I like the dude. Anyway, but I thought that was an interesting factoid about Clerks, about $27,000. Now it's all different. Making a movie nowadays is night and day different. They could do it on your phone nowadays, but back in that day, you had to get film and all this stuff. So just interesting stuff. All right, we're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News next. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM. KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Happy New Year. 2025 has arrived in some places, including Japan and South Korea, Australia, and New Zealand. Elsewhere, people are getting ready to welcome the new year. In New York City, 1 million revelers expected in Times Square to watch that glittering ball drop, probably in the rain and certainly amid heavy security.
Bomb-sniffing dogs, drones, dump trucks blocking streets, and cops on every corner. That's just some of the NYPD security for New Year's Eve in Times Square. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says ever since last year's Hamas attack in Israel, they've been operating in a heightened threat environment.
The public can expect to see a tremendous amount of police resources deployed throughout the area.
Mayor Eric Adams says it's all about making sure everyone has a safe experience.
There are many officers that have plainclothes assignments to give the element of surprise.
Thousands are expected to pack the small area of Times Square surrounding the ball drop. Julie Walker, New York.
German police holding a man in an attack that injured several people in Berlin. 2 taken to the hospital for treatment. Germany is still reeling from this month's deadly Christmas market attack that left 5 people dead, more than 200 injured in eastern Germany. President-elect Trump is backing Mike Johnson for House Speaker. He's doing so quite publicly, an endorsement that provides crucial support for the Louisiana Republican amid what could be another bruising speakership race. The Democrat defections just keep on coming in Florida, where a second state lawmaker, this time it's Hillary Cassell, switching her party affiliation, joining the Republican caucus. Earlier this month, Democrat Susan Valdez announced her switch to the GOP. On Wall Street this morning, stocks are mixed now. The Dow is up 51 points, while the Nasdaq is down 17. The S&P 3 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
A South Korean court has issued warrants to detain impeached President Yoon, as well as to search his office and home.
President Yoon is being investigated for abusing his power and for inciting an insurrection when he attempted to impose martial law here. But he's so far refused to cooperate with the authorities. He's ignored all investigators' requests to come in for questioning. It's likely they're hoping this warrant will pressure Mr. Yoon into coming forward. If not, police could then try to arrest him. But this could trigger a showdown with the president's security team. He's still being protected, even though he's been suspended, and they might try to stop his arrest. They've already blocked previous police attempts to search his office. Mr. Yoon's lawyer has called the warrant illegal and invalid.
The BBC's Gene McKenzie. Team of U.S. investigators, including representatives from Boeing, have examined the site of the plane crash. It killed 179 people in South Korea. News and analysis at townhall.com. An ex-U.S. senator from New Jersey, a prominent Democrat, will be sentenced as planned.
A judge says that former New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez will be sentenced as scheduled, but he's postponed the start of the Democratic senator's wife's trial until February. The judge rejected Menendez's request to delay his sentencing for his conviction on bribery and other charges until his wife finishes her trial on similar charges. Menendez was convicted in July of 16 corruption charges brought by prosecutors who asserted that he used his power in the Senate to do favors that benefited 3 New Jersey businessmen who paid Menendez with gold bars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, and a Mercedes-Benz convertible. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
A flight attendant aboard a Swiss aircraft made an emergency landing in Austria because of smoke in the cabin has died. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Crazy Piernos
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody.
Yep.
We are hours away from 2025.
Mere hours from the end of 2024. And all the bright and fun stuff that 2025 brings us.
Yeah. Do you have any, you a resolution guy?
I'm not really a huge resolution guy. No, not really.
Yeah, I'm not either. I mean...
the argument, what's there to fix? You know. Try to take better care of myself. Maybe drink more water. It's probably a big
stuff
one.
like that. It's like, hey, but yeah, I don't like to sit down and say, I'm going to lose 30 pounds.
No.
Whatever.
I've toyed with the idea of going back keto. Like, I feel like when I was keto before, it was sort of like before the renaissance of keto. So, like, there was really nothing out there as far as, like, products go. The second I got off the diet, it's like everybody started coming out with their keto whatevers.
Right.
And I'm like, it doesn't seem fair. I had to get online and learn recipes. I had to go and buy an entire container, like this big, of a spice called cardamom for a recipe I wanted to try. I used it that time.
And that's it?
Never since.
Never found reasons to need cardamom?
Nope. Turns out, not so much.
Maybe you just Google cardamom recipes just to empty the container.
Indian cuisine is very weird because it's like they're going for spicy and, like, you know, savory, but then they sneak in some weird sweet. Like, there'll be like raisins or like cinnamon and allspice into some of it. And it's like, I wasn't expecting that.
You know, and this is like Thai food and things I generally like, most Asian cuisine. But pad Thai for me is just not tasty.
Oh, see, I love pad Thai.
The peanut butter noodle thing just grosses me out. It just does not work for me.
Of course, now here's a question. Did you ever try the peanut butter burger?
I did.
When it was a thing. Did you enjoy that?
I'm not a fan of peanut butter and beef.
See, I love
peanut butter and meat.
I love a sweet savory combo.
Yeah.
Like specifically,
I like sweet savory, but peanut butter and meat
not
it just doesn't work for me. It just,
I did. That's the one place where I'm like, okay, I like the sweet in the heat.
Yeah.
It's a good balance.
It's
of it,
just that, and I think it's the peanut butter smell.
Maybe
like it just like I smell that with like the beef and pad thai, and I'm just not
put off.
It's off-putting. Yes,
that's a fair assessment. I can understand that. I've only had pad thai like a handful of times really to speak on it. You know, it's not really my go-to when I go to like a Thai restaurant.
Yeah.
But the times I've had, I mean, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've tried it a couple ways where it was just the nuts. I've had it where it was more of that sauce or whatever it is.
The sauce is actually the one I prefer. But every time I've ever had the peanut butter on the burger, everybody says, you know, compare it to Thai, you know, like pad Thai. And generally speaking, that's sort of like, oh yeah, you're absolutely right. That is kind of a that certain type of savory with that.
Now the
certain
jelly
type
on
of,
the burger, all about it.
That was awesome.
But the peanut butter, it's a weird smell.
Is it maybe because peanut butter does tend to dry, like it's a mouth. What do you call it? It's thirst provoking. That's the word I'm looking for.
Maybe, but I think it's really just that peanutty butter smell with the meat that just really offsets me.
I don't know. The couple of times I've had it like the really like in a restaurant done, it was really good. I've never tried to replicate it myself. Like I've never been that curious about it that I'm going to go home and put peanut butter on like my Whopper. But I mean, if it's a made sandwich, I've every time I've had it, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've had like potato chips, peanut butter, all the peanut butter and jelly. I loved that.
Right.
But with meat, it's different, man. It's just and the noodles is weird too.
Is it because meat is too sacred to you?
No, because I do other kinds.
That's true. You've tarnished meat in plenty of ways.
I wouldn't say that. Peanut butter and meat is just not a combo that I enjoy.
All right.
I think that is the you put chips, you put pretzel, like bacon might be the one exception, but generally speaking, I want to
find a burger that combines all these things now and that I can make you like, that I can convince you is good enough.
Probably. My guest is on the phone here, so let's do this. We're going to pause here for news and a quick commercial break, and then we're going to talk about the African Children's Choir that's going to be performing at Church of the Roswell First Church of the Nazarene this Sunday here. So we're going to take a quick break for weather and commercials, and then join me on the other side. We'll be back. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cool high pressure overhead, and that'll keep things nice for our New Year's Day. Sunshine today. We're headed for the mid and upper 50s. For the overnight hours, it'll be clear. Our low in the upper 20s to low 30s. A little bit cooler on New Year's Day, low 50s and plenty of sunshine. Then we start warming up a little bit again on Thursday, low 60s and sunny, 60s and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Hey, Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Ford Sales is back home at our dealership at 821 North Main Street. We're closing in on our 2024 sales goals, and we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford, where you'll get huge savings, more for your trade, and rates as low as 0% APR. Shipments of new and quality pre-owned vehicles are arriving daily, so you can upgrade for less. If you're upside down in your loan or stuck in your lease, Roswell Ford wants to get you low leased, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. Worried your credit is on the naughty list? Roswell Ford has partnered with the most aggressive lenders that will push to approve you today, even with bad or no credit. Plus, we have a great selection of low mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford with new management and a whole new attitude. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance plus tax, title, and license with approved credit.
Roswell Tire and Appliance Appliance has a great selection of brand new refrigerators, freezers, ranges, washers, and dryers, all with special Christmas pricing now through New Year's. With Roswell Tire and Appliance, you can have it in your home before the end of the year. Save even more on their selection of scratch and dent appliances. Plus, find a huge selection of tires and the people to help you get it done. Roswell Tire and Appliance can repair your appliance as well. They pride themselves in service long after the sale, with repair warranty, and they deliver to all of Roswell and the surrounding area. Roswell Tire and Appliance, 101 South Main in Downtown Roswell. Bring in the new year with Mark Chestnut, Tuesday, December 31st from 6 p.m. till midnight at the Artesia Country Club.
Oh, I should have done this and I should have done that. I should have been that and she'd never left.
Say so long to 2024 and welcome in the new year with drinks, food, and friends beginning at 6 p.m. General admission is $100. Kids admission is only $20. Dinner at the Country Club and the concert is $250, or upgrade to a VIP table for 6 for $5,000 with only 4 tables left. VIP includes a private and intimate dinner with Mark Chestnut from 7 to 9 p.m., with the concert beginning at 10 p.m. All proceeds to benefit the Pena Project, helping to cover funerals and end-of-life costs for unexpected situations. Get tickets and learn more at thepenaproject.org. Celebrate the new year with Mark Chestnut.
Bubba shot the jukebox last night. Said it played a sad song. It made him cry.
Tuesday, December 31st, 6 p.m. till midnight at the Artesia Country Club. Get tickets and more info at thepenaproject.org.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 15 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us on the phone here this morning from the African Children's Choir, Jim Lucy joining us this morning. Good morning, Jim. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Good morning to you.
Well, thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us on the phone here this morning. Now, for folks, we want to invite everybody out this Sunday to church on the Roswell First Church of the Nazarene here in Roswell, 501 North Sycamore, where the African Children's Choir will be doing a performance 10:45 Sunday morning here this upcoming Sunday. First off, for folks that may not be familiar, tell us a little bit about the African Children's Choir and talk. We want to get to the story, but kind of talk a little bit about the show and the concert and what these children, what they do.
Okay, so yeah, like you said, the African Children's Choir is one of the programs that are run by the large organization Music for Life, under which we have different other programs. But focusing more on the African Children's Choir program, which I am part of right now as the tour leader of choir number 53. The children go out and do a tour of about 6 months, raising funds for their education and also to run different programs under Music for Life. But the way they do it is they do it through concerts, performances, in different churches or places they have been invited.
Okay.
And what they do is they have, right now we are doing the Just As I Am album, which is comprised of different hymns that were once forgotten, and now we're just bringing them back so that people can remember and listen to the profound message that they bear. And also, we have different African pieces. One is the drum piece and also the African dance.
Okay.
And they may also get a chance to see and hear African songs to kind of show them the African culture as well, but most importantly to show them the joy that the African child has regardless of the struggles through, many of them are coming from impoverished homes, poor backgrounds.
Sure.
But that does not stop them. We are trying to show them that there is a better future out there, and we are trying to give them guidance to help them, and also through sponsorship, they are empowered to make their lives better and also everyone around them. And hopefully, eventually, they will make Uganda and Africa a better place.
It's when we talk about music and I'm assuming, many of these children, through probably missionaries and things, were led and found Christianity and found Jesus. And what and of course you hear the hymns, you hear the songs that come with, with the faith of Christianity, and I imagine for them it's like, well, we get to hear this, but then, with this performances and what they do, they get to hear what is traditional for some Christians, but they get to hear it with an interpretation from the African culture, to say, hey, we hear these hymns, we hear this, and this is how we bring our contribution to these songs, and how how they come and interpret us and make us where you kind of put your own inspiration on it, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Now, do they all come from the one country, Uganda? There, or are these children from all over Africa?
So, back in the past, we've had children coming from different parts of different African countries.
Mm-hmm.
I, for one, for example, was in choir number 16 as a little boy, so I got to travel.
Okay.
And my choir was comprised of children coming from 3 different countries in Africa, which was Uganda, Kenya, and Rwanda.
Okay.
And then choir number 18 was comprised of children coming from Nigeria and Ghana. So I think then we have had a choir coming from South Africa as well. And now, then you're able to see and know that, there are different parts of the countries that we've had choirs come from.
Sure.
But currently we have been having children come from Uganda. And sometimes it's just the different government policies. Sometimes there are countries that don't want or may feel like there's no need of the organization support.
Sure.
And they'll go ahead and, take care of the kids for themselves. But with that said, when Ray Barnett started the organization back in 1984,
mm-hmm.
He unfortunately passed away this year. This year, September 2nd. Oh. But we do grateful and we celebrate his legacy that he has left behind, and we'll continue, spreading the hope and making sure that every child gets a chance to dream and fulfill their potential.
So it kind of makes 2025 a little bit more special for the choir this year.
Yes, definitely.
I'm kind of curious because, like you said, some of the children come from different countries within Africa. Does that because I would imagine if you grew up in one country, your what you experience and things. There's going to be similarities, but differences too. Is there a lot of even infusion of culture within the choir in itself? Just taking different aspects from each country in Africa and kind of infusing it together, or is the culture so close that they really do share common culture there?
Yes, when you look at the African culture, it's process, goes beyond borders,
mm-hmm.
the different countries, because children quickly learn a lot from homes and their families. And we have the saying that it takes a whole village to raise a child back home in Africa,
mm-hmm.
not just, the biological parents or guardians. So with that said, and also we've had a general poverty experience in most of these countries. So we kind of have a similar culture, although we may be slightly different because we're coming from definitely different countries.
Right.
But the struggle is pretty much the same. The poverty is pretty much the same. So when the children come and join and become part of a choir program, they kind of have similar stories to share.
Sure.
And as you go ahead and listen to the different testimonies of those that have gone through the program, like
mm-hmm.
and you compare it with some other some other person that has gone through the program from a different country, you see very little difference, because we all go through the same, journey. Coming from a poor family,
sure.
Then you're given hope through education and support by the organization. You maybe get a qualification, like a degree or something. You start working, then you're able to help those around you and yourself as well. So it's a similar story for most, if not all of us.
Sure. Yeah, it's kind of, there might be slightly different details in the thing, but we all kind of came from the same conditions, the same type of lifestyle, and with that we have common ground. What is what's like some of the young? What's the youngest age group of children in the choir, and do they go all the way up to 17, 18? What's kind of the age range of the children in this year's choir?
So the African Children's Choir, the choir has children from the ages of 8 years, sometimes 7 to 11 years, and currently the youngest we have in choir number 53 is 8 years, then the oldest is 10 years old.
Wow. This is really great now. And this is the part, that they get to, obviously through the program, they're creating a foundation to give, whatever dreams these children have when they get to become adults, they've got a foundation to pursue that. But on the other side too, is the experiences that these kids, it's imagine, if for folks listening, if you were 7 or 8 years old and you got to go to a whole nother country and experience other cultures and do things that, to do that as a 7 or 8 year old versus as a 30-year-old. And so I think these children they're probably taking as much from the experience of just coming and going from various cities in the United States. And I imagine do you guys go to other like Europe or other parts of the world too? And do this?
Yes, we have in the past, but these previous choirs, about 4 choirs, we have been doing the U.S. tours.
Okay.
So the West Coast, one choir may do the West Coast, and the other choir may do the East Coast. Then some meet in between there.
Okay.
But in the past, we've had children go to different other countries, the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, England. We've had choirs go to Japan. We've had choirs go to Singapore. I have been in Singapore as a child in the choir, and I've been to Netherlands. I've been to Wales, or so many other countries. We have choirs that have gone to, I think, France.
Wow. I imagine you got some pretty good frequent flyer miles on the airline there, huh?
I don't know. Yeah, but it's all about experience and exposure to the child, because, once you travel and see the world, and you kind of get to know that it's not all about your situation currently. There is a bigger world out there. And you use that, exposure and experience to make yourself better and also those around you better. You take the development back home. You're like, hey, this is actually possible because I have seen it happen.
Sure.
I have seen the buildings and everything, the wonderful, beautiful roads. So you have that mentality as a child, and as you grow up, you try to work towards that based on what you've experienced.
Absolutely, and I mean, obviously, governments and do what governments do in the world of that. Oh, we as individual people, sometimes you got to go with the flow and make the best of life as you can there. But I would imagine as these children grow up, and like you said, some are going to go back to their homes, and hopefully they can affect these positive changes. And like you said, where maybe their kids won't have to come from that same background that they had to go to, because they came back and made a difference in their communities. You know what I mean? And I imagine that's probably in a lot of these children's hearts when they do after all the tour and after all the music, and when they do go back to what they want to do with their life again. I imagine a lot of them do kind of look back and say, I want to use this to make my community a better place for the next generation.
Oh yes.
Which I imagine is for you is like that too, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because you look at our mission, the mission of the organization, which is helping Africa's most vulnerable children today, so they can help Africa tomorrow. So that's the goal for all of us. Once you go through this, you are helped. It's your full responsibility to extend the help. So,
absolutely. Yeah. And I imagine, it helps you guys can sing too. That's the other part. There is we talk about the opportunity and we talk about, but these are amazing, talented musicians as well too. You're going to hear beautiful performances on Sunday and unique takes on stuff you've never seen or been exposed to before, but also things that you're going to be like, oh, that's something I'm very familiar with. I've just never heard it done that way before. So I think folks are really going to enjoy you guys' performance on Sunday. Now, you guys are just here in Roswell for this one Sunday morning performance, correct?
Yes, we are.
Very good. And it's going to be this Sunday, January 5th, 10:45 in the AM service, and it's going to be at Roswell First Church of the Nazarene, which, for folks not familiar, it's there on Sycamore, 501 North Sycamore. Come on by for service, and of course, enjoy the African Children's Choir. So, for you guys on the tour, where did you guys start, and where do you guys go next?
Well, we started off in North Carolina, then we hit Pennsylvania, and we've been traveling to different other states. The whole of New England, we've been to all those states.
Okay.
Ohio, we've been to Kentucky. They got to visit the Ark Encounter.
Oh. Is that a highlight for the trip so far for you?
One of the highlights. Yeah, definitely. Something I'd always dreamt to see, and we got to see that, so that was extra special.
Okay.
But then the whole of December, we've been in different parts of Texas.
Okay.
And now January, we moved to New Mexico. Yeah, so most of January is going to be in the different areas of New Mexico.
It's kind of.
Then we'll go to.
It's kind of. I imagine you kind of notice as you go to these different parts of the country. Notice how, even the foods we eat to everything else is different, huh?
Yeah, it's different. America is so diverse,
That's true.
You cannot just define it by one town or one city you go to. It's different in different places.
It is. It's really and you could even you were just talking about being in Texas. In a place like Texas, you could literally go 30 miles away and it'd be a different culture.
Yep, I have seen that.
So I got to ask, what's been your favorite food since you've been on tour here? Anything you tried new that you really dug or did not like? I'd be curious about that too.
I love burgers so much, and they love me back.
Yeah, you got to be careful of those. Those burgers will slow you down if you eat too many of them.
I try to do exercise, and then I also love lasagna, definitely.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. So good pasta.
Nope.
Do you like spicy foods or not so much?
Mild.
Mild? Okay. Well, now that you're in New Mexico, kind of green chili's our thing here in New Mexico. So I'm sure at some point while you're here, some folks will introduce you to some green chili and probably some Mexican food. I'm sure you had some in Texas, but maybe some enchiladas or something like that. You can never go wrong with that around here. So
yeah, we are looking forward to, food is another language I love understanding.
Food, everybody loves food. Everybody, that's what makes, we could, at the end of the day, we could solve a lot of problems in this world over dinner.
Yep, that's true.
Absolutely. Well, Jim, we do appreciate you spending some time with us. Folks, again, come out and see the African Children's Choir. They're going to be performing this Sunday, January 5th at 10:45 in the morning at Roswell First Church of the Nazarene at 501 North Sycamore. Come on out, one-time only performance. And then, so if you want to come see them, it's free. Just come, bring the family, come and enjoy a beautiful way to ring in 2025. And especially, we kind of look at the beginning of the year as a time of renewal and a time of, refreshing, or maybe a time to better yourself or better your situation. Well, start it with a beautiful inspirational performance by the African Children's Choir, where I guarantee you're probably going to be blown away, especially when you see these kids, especially when you see younger kids do things that adults are really, that adults can't do. That always amazes me. And so,
yeah, they are going to, just have a time of a lifetime. The perfect way to start the year.
Sure,
seeing the joy through the music and everything.
I imagine you get to see since you're kind of a world traveler now, so you've been around a bit. But I mean, when you see some of the younger kids. A lot of big eyes when they're probably hitting cities and hitting some of these places for the first time, huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We haven't seen snow yet, so it's one thing we're definitely looking out for.
Ooh. Will you?
The kids haven't.
Snow's a different thing. That's going to be a lot of fun. Now, where are you going after this?
So we'll be after Roswell.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. After Roswell.
Yeah, we will be. Ruidoso.
Okay.
Then El Paso. So we'll come back to Texas for a bit. Then in El Paso, then we'll go to Mogodo.
Okay.
Then Tularosa. Then Rio Rancho.
Okay, so you're going to be hanging out in New Mexico for a while.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you this. Ruidoso, I'm not sure if they're going to have snow the day you're there, but there is a ski resort in Ruidoso called Ski Apache, and they've got snow right now. So if you're in Ruidoso and you all get a little time in your hands, go up to the ski resort, and you guys will find snow and get to roll around in the snow over there.
We definitely will do that.
Yeah. And then you might want to check out some skiing. Bring a coat. It'll be chilly.
Skiing? I have not done skiing before.
Yeah. See, they're only about an hour away from us, but they are much higher in elevation. We're about 6,000 feet here in Roswell. Up where Ski Apache is and all that, where the ski resort is, it's about 12,000 feet. So it's a lot colder up there. So.
Do you get snow in Roswell?
Once in a while, we'll get, usually once a year, we'll get an inch or two here and there.
Okay.
Although, about 6-8 years ago, we had, they called it Winter Storm Goliath, and we got 20 inches of snow, which was, about almost, 1.5 meters of snow, probably would something you'd understand, measurement wise there. So it was, and that shut us down. We didn't know what to do with ourselves with that one. So.
Okay.
But, Ruidoso, I think you're going to have a good chance of seeing snow in Ruidoso.
We are looking forward to it. We want to, the children to have that first experience.
Excellent. Well, I think you're going to do it. I think you'll enjoy it, and I hope you really do enjoy New Mexico. All of it. You're going to get to see a lot of it there. You're going to notice as you go to the northern part of the state, it's going to be a little bit different than the southern part. It's different. It's more desert down here where it's more mountains up there. So. It's a little different. So, but folks, if you want to see them here in Roswell, the African Children's Choir will be performing this Sunday, 10:45 a.m. at Roswell First Church of the Nazarene. They're on Sycamore, 501 North Sycamore. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call the church or look at their Facebook page. They do have an event page on their Facebook that's got all the information you need right there, so you can look it up there too. So. Hey, Jim, before we let you get back to it, is there any information or anything you wanted to share that we just forgot to mention?
Well, thank you, Mike, for giving us this platform.
Oh, anytime.
To kind of share our story and let people know. And we am truly grateful for that. Then, in case anybody wants more information regarding the African Children's Choir, they can always visit our website at africanchildrenschoir.com.
Okay.
We have travel dates there. There are programs that are run by the organization, the story, and in case someone wants to do a donation to the choir programs, they can also do that through the website as well.
Excellent. And of course, and if you want to read more about the story, and I know we touched on it a little bit, but if you want to get a little more in depth on exactly what kind of things the organization is doing with these children, you can read all about that at the website there.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And the concerts are free. So nobody needs to worry about paying, for getting a ticket or anything.
Just come on in.
We just do sometimes collect a love offering during the concert, and it's all entirely optional.
But if you can afford it and are able to do it, God bless you, thank you. But if not, doesn't come on down and hear the word of God and see it and experience it in a unique way, and that's through the eyes of these and through the voices of these children. I think you'll really be impressed by it. So, Jim, thank you very much. It was great to have a conversation with you, and look forward to seeing you here this weekend. And who knows? We never know. You may be if our paths cross again here. If you ever come through the area, I'd love to come in for a visit.
Oh, thank you so much. Looking forward to meeting you all.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Jim, and rest up that voice for Sunday here.
You are most welcome.
All right. Take care, Jim.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye. Just a quick tour there. That was Jim Luzzy with the African Children's Choir. I had a great conversation with them. They got it. I was kind of reading some of the stuff on the website earlier, and they really do some cool stuff there. So I invite you to check them out again. It's going to be this Sunday, January 5th, 10:45 a.m. at Roswell First Church of the Nazarene, 501 North Sycamore here in Roswell. All right, it is 9:38. Let's pause for news and Hannity update and all that good stuff, and then we'll come back and chit-chat for a bit before we wrap up the show. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Sorello. Our top story today, a Roswell man is jailed. He's been arrested and charged with intentionally hitting a Chavez County deputy's patrol car and then leading authorities on a big chase. 37-year-old Javier Madrid was arrested December 23rd after the traffic stop went haywire near South Lee Avenue and West 19th Street. The deputy who was inside the patrol car was not injured. The pursuit ended near the US 70 bypass, and Madrid was allegedly in possession of fentanyl. State health officials say cases of norovirus are on the rise across New Mexico. Dr. Chad Smelzer, the deputy state epidemiologist, told KRQE television that cases have actually been on the rise since October. Norovirus can cause severe nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Nationally, CDC data across 14 states shows 91 outbreaks the week of December 5th. That's up from 69 outbreaks the week of November 28th. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
He considered this guy bombing Manhattan and penned a sick to-do list before shooting this healthcare CEO. The amount of support is sick. You know, his capture draws boos from the Daily Show audience. Hashtag Free Luigi trends as support surges for the murder suspect. Wanted posters of top health CEOs appear in New York City. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And then you have a UPenn professor hiding social media after celebratory post of the murder of this guy. And then they're going after the Altoona McDonald's that identified the guy and did the right thing. Unbelievable.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, you exhausted every day? Maybe you have the 3 p.m. crash or struggling with memory issues, having a hard time focusing. You have to stop and pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. I never run out of energy, and I'm fully focused. Strong Cell. It's a revolutionary supplement that has truly changed my life. I use it every single day. It gives you natural energy, helps me stay focused all day long, and just makes me feel better overall. Whether you're a working mom or dad or homeschooling your kids or some of our loyal men and women behind the wheel across the country, try Strong Cell. It'll change your life. Linda uses it as well.
I use it every single day. I have my kids using it, my parents using it, my in-laws using it, my friends using it, and I am telling you, it is immediate. It is one of the only ways you can get NADH on the market, and it works.
Go to HannityStrong.com. Use the promo code Hannity. You get a special 20% off any order. Once again, HannityStrong.com. And Strong Cell believes in their products so much, you get a 60-day no-risk policy. Invest in your health. I did it. It changed my life.
With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. Sunday in Philly, Rico Dowdle became the first undrafted Cowboys running back to reach 1,000 rushing yards in a season. Post-game, he preferred to talk about teammates. You'll hear from Rico after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
One of the few bright spots Sunday in Philly was Rico Dowdle, whose 104 yards pushed his season total to over 1,000 rushing yards. He's the first undrafted Cowboys running back to reach that mark, but post-game, he preferred to shine the spotlight on his offensive line.
Definitely a landmark I wanted to hit. Wish it was a different outcome with it, had a fumble, but I think we ran the ball pretty well, and they blocked real well up front. It's been a different group near every game this year, but this past couple of weeks, I think it's really picked up. Those guys stand pat and making the most of the opportunities. Specifically, I say Brock Hoffman and TJ Bassett, he got in there, but Brock, definitely proud of him.
Sunday's regular season finale hosting the Commanders, who with 11 wins have clinched a playoff spot, is set for noon Central. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cool high pressure overhead, and that'll keep things nice for our New Year's Day. Sunshine today. We're headed for the mid and upper 50s. Over the overnight hours, it'll be clear. Our low in the upper 20s to low 30s. A little bit cooler on New Year's Day, low 50s and plenty of sunshine. Then we start warming up a little bit again on Thursday, low 60s and sunny, 60s and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Today's the final day of what's been a banner year for Wall Street. Despite a mini post-Christmas slump, the S&P 500 is still up 23.8% as the year draws to a close. The Nasdaq's ahead nearly 30%. The Dow has gained 13%. Markets tumbled yesterday, denting what has otherwise been a wildly bullish stretch for investors, thanks to a growing economy, solid consumer spending, and a strong jobs picture. Markets have also been energized by receding inflation, which has edged closer to the Federal Reserve's 2% target. That raised hopes that the central bank will deliver multiple interest rate cuts into next year, which would ease borrowing costs and fuel more economic growth. Yet, after 3 rate cuts in 2024, the Fed has signaled a more cautious approach heading into the new year. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Your window of opportunity is almost here. Open enrollment period is your chance to sign up for affordable health insurance through Be Well, New Mexico's health insurance marketplace. Get free help finding a quality, low-cost plan that covers medical appointments, urgent care, prescriptions, and more. You could even qualify for free coverage. Visit BeWellNM.com between November 1st and January 15th to find a plan that fits your life and your budget, and open a whole new world of possibilities.
Hey, Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Ford Sales is back home at our dealership at 821 North Main Street. We're closing in on our 2024 sales goals, and we'll do whatever it takes to make a deal during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford, where you'll get huge savings, more for your trade, and rates as low as 0% APR. Shipments of new and quality pre-owned vehicles are arriving daily, so you can upgrade for less. If you're upside down in your loan or stuck in your lease, Roswell Ford wants to get you low leased, even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth. Worried your credit is on the naughty list? Roswell Ford has partnered with the most aggressive lenders that will push to approve you today, even with bad or no credit. Plus, we have a great selection of low mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford with new management and a whole new attitude. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance plus tax, title, and license with approved credit.
Hi, Chef Anthony Noble here with the Valley Cafe at 801 West Brasher. We love serving you our delicious meals for lunch and dinner. The next time you're in on Monday or Tuesday, bring the family and take advantage of our kids' dinner special. With the purchase of an adult meal, you get a kids' meal for 20% off. That's right. Get the kids fed, save a little money, enjoy what I got cooking in the kitchen. Come visit us at 801 West Brasher in the Orange Building across from Church on the Move in Roswell. We have it all. Come taste and see.
Don't forget, you can also find the Valley Cafe on our website at toasttab.com/Valley Cafe. Also on DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats.
You there! What are these?
My glasses, Your Highness. They're
incredible. Who made these?
The eyesight in Roswell. Or was it Hobbs? Or maybe Carlsbad.
So well crafted and stylish. So the eyesight thinks they can challenge my throne with their quality eyewear.
Actually, Your Majesty, I got 2 pair and an eye exam. It was so easy. I did it during my lunch break, and they even took my insurance.
Lunch break? Who gave you a lunch break?
Human resources, Your Majesty.
Silence! I'll get you, eyesight!
The Eyesight, now accepting new patients 5 and up in Roswell, Hobbs, and Carlsbad.
3 locations?
Clearly the best in sight.
As part of the ongoing effort to keep the roads of New Mexico safe, we would like to share a list of things you should never attempt behind the wheel of your automobile.
Texting your friends, wrestling your friends, eating a sandwich, making a sandwich, hugging your kids, buckling your kids, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, flossing your teeth, adjusting your seat, rubbing your feet, reading the paper, using a shaver, applying makeup,
You get
applying
the
to
point.
college.
A large number of car crashes occur when the driver is doing something other than driving. Drive safe, New Mexico.
Paid for by the New Mexico Department of Transportation and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and the station.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
You don't know your dominant hand and you're waiting for your nails. Maybe we ought to have some other conversations.
Well, I got self-conscious while that was playing because I was looking at a hangnail in my right hand, and Mike knows I'm left-handed. I'm like, I know this is my dominant hand. I just need to clarify.
Too?
Yeah, I'm
We're all left-handed.
We are left hand strong.
And that's a room full of minority too, because I think there's only like 11% nationwide, something like that.
Yeah.
Destined
We're
to
in
die.
our right mind.
I live in a left hand dominant world.
It is weirdly in this industry. There is a lot of left-handed people.
It's the
A
creative
lot of
thing.
sinister people in radio.
Isn't that the creative ones, left hand? Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, they work in the more creative sides of their brain versus the people who are right-handed tend to be more analytical and break things down and be better at like solving problems and life in general.
I've got some of that, which I don't think is natural. I think that's more.
It's
just the lifestyle I've had and put into me.
It's funny when it rears its head. Like wrapping season has just come and gone, and I had a stark reminder trying to use scissors to cut wrapping paper, even just to do that thing that everybody can do where you slide the scissors down. That works for a minute until it catches, and then it's not even. And
can you use lefty scissors?
I don't know where one would acquire left-handed
That's
scissors.
the thing. How many left-handed people actually use left-handed scissors?
Yeah. Everyone I've ever had is standard. I've tried flipping them over and using them the other way. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I've tried using them right-handedly, and that tends to work, but I also don't feel right using scissors in my right hand.
To be honest, I do. Like, it feels unnatural for me to use lefty scissors and cut with my left hand.
I don't use left-handed. I just use them as
I'm
left-handed.
just so trained now that my brain defaults to right-hand scissor cutting.
Really? See,
I don't even, it doesn't feel natural to me to use my left hand. But I'm also cattywampus in a couple sports things that way. Like baseball, I'm fully lefty. I play like a lefty as a fielder, as a hitter. In hockey, I play goaltending as a lefty, but I play out in the as a defenseman or a offensive player.
Now that
as
you
a
mention
right-handed
it,
player.
I pitch right. Like I do tend to pitch better with my right hand than I do with my left. I mean, of course, I don't really
Do you
find
catch?
I throw with my left, but I bat right-handed.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one that would. This way is how I. So that's left. Okay, yeah, that's how I would bat.
Wait, no, that would be
Yeah, you bat right.
right. That would be right.
That would be right. Okay,
That was a right
that's
bat.
right.
Is that camera right or stage right? I can never remember which is which.
You would be standing as a right-handed hitter.
There you go. So, and maybe a lot of that's because I was, any formal baseball training I had,
Yeah.
aka T-ball, was with right-handed coaches and staff.
Some of that comes with eye dominance.
Yeah, I was
Which
nearsighted. They didn't. It didn't work well with baseball.
Which you could be left-handed, but if your right eye is dominant, then you need to shoot and do certain things as a right-handed person.
Matter of fact, yeah, my right eye is dominant.
Yeah, and there's an easy way to figure that out. Is take your thumb and put it out about arm's length. Pick an object on the wall or mirror or something on it.
Cover it.
Cover one eye, and did the thumb move? And if it didn't.
Yeah,
then,
I'm off by I would say a good solid 2 feet.
Yeah,
This is compelling radio, by the way.
There's also one with a triangle you bring. I used to teach stuff when I taught rifle and shotgun merit badge.
But yeah, no, it's actually crazy because I was using the tripod as an example, and with this eye, it covered it completely. With this eye, the tripod was about this far left.
Yeah.
So it was but that much. So
What about the other eye? What is it?
spot on. So this one, when I cover it spot on.
So if
yeah,
it moves, then that's your
So
non-dominant.
you're right eye dominant.
Yeah.
Yep.
But left hand, dominant. So
technically, like if you shoot a gun or even batting or anything like that, you probably should do it as a righty.
And see, now that I think about it, every time I've ever shot, I shoot left-handed. I don't think of. Yeah, I tend to shoot.
You might want to try it right-handed. You probably might be more accurate.
Maybe.
You're not.
Maybe trying, because I've always tried to sight myself right.
If you're trying to look at it through your left eye, you're not giving it. You're not looking at it correctly. So, I've had that argument with so many parents when I was teaching it, where the dad's, my boy, no, he's not. Why are you putting him in left-handed? He's right-handed. I said, sir, he's left eye dominant. I said, this is and there was even one or two instances where the dad was like, oh, and finally I said, all right, here's 5 shots. Work with your boy as long as you need to. When you're done, do your thing. Give me 10 minutes with him, and I guarantee I'll have him looking better than you. And that's what I had to do. And I let him do his thing, and I finally said, all right, get back on the other side of the and I showed him, and boom, and I was like, I said, it's the eye, it's not the hand. If you're not giving a true sight picture, then you're not going to hit a barn with an elephant.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's I know they got way in the weeds.
But you know what? There you go. See, learn something new in 2024, right at the finish line. Tell me that radio ain't good for nothing. What's up?
That was back in my scouting days.
We've been dropping knowledge bombs on them all day.
I
was teaching them all about the Wizard of Oz and how they pulled off their Technicolor effects, and you're dropping, gunsmithing knowledge. This show is about a wealth of information.
That's right.
That's what we bring to the table.
That's right. That's right. And I'm going to wrap it up with, I want to try those chicken nuggets at Taco Bell.
I really do. I keep seeing the advertisements for them, and I definitely want to try those.
Because they make them out of tortilla chips, or like the
that's the tie-in is, the batter is part tortilla chip. And I'm like, okay, it's a loose association to Mexican food at best. But I'll give it to
there's
you.
nothing Mexican about a chicken nugget.
But those sauces do have me. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 different new sauces, and then I think they've got a fusion of. I was looking at it online the other day. I don't remember them off the top of my head.
So yeah, some of them are like there's like a
ranch
chipotle ranch thing, and
I feel like there's some kind of habanero
right
somewhere
in front
or
of me.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
I feel like there was like a habanero or something or another.
Nugget sauces.
And, I actually looked on the app. That's where I was seeing it. But that was a week ago.
So their crispy nuggets come with Hidden Valley's Fire Ranch sauce.
There you go.
Bell sauce or a jalapeno honey mustard sauce.
I'd be down for that, man.
The Bell sauce is the one that's actually got me the most intrigued because
is that more like the taco sauce?
Well, that's what I think it might be. Is more like the red sauce that comes on top of the enchilada.
That might be.
Which, if that's what that is, yes, please. I'm very much down with that thick.
Well, maybe they'll give you a medley of sauces so you can try.
Like, I was looking at a thing earlier. It's like, which Taco Bell menu item would you bring back? And I was torn between the caramel apple empanada, which I think is back, and the enchilada. But if you're going to do enchilada, I feel like you need to go to the farmers across the street and get yourself a can of the olive slices.
Yeah.
Just to put 3 individual olives on top of your enchilada to make it authentic.
Because they did bring that back, right? The enchilada?
They did.
Was it a limited time thing? Or
you can ask for it. It's not on the menu.
Okay.
Yeah, and I order through the app. That makes things hard. They don't let you ask for stuff generally through an app. But Taco Bell, if you're listening, enchilada with the olives, bring it back.
I'm intrigued because I feel like I've seen it on the app, but maybe it was during a limited time thing.
I know they've yo-yoed the Mexican pizza in front of us for the last 3 years. It's back. It's gone. It's back. It's gone. Same thing with nacho fries. This portion of the program brought to you by Taco Bell.
See, right now they have what's called the Decades menu.
Okay.
And no, it's not on there. They got a green sauce burrito, a tostada, a Mexi Melt, and a Gordita Supreme.
I just couldn't help but think of that Jim Gaffigan bit. What is a tostada? It's a tortilla with cheese, meat, and vegetables.
Right. And you can get the nugs in either a 5 or 10 piece. They got a blue raspberry freeze beverage.
I think I know where I'm going to be lunching. Running for the border, then running for the bathroom.
Doing better right now. Let's see. Online exclusives. It's just various boxes.
These are the final minutes of 2024's radio show.
Everyone's going to talk about healthy. I'm like, this is what you're missing out.
That's right. you guys are heading in with all your New Year's resolutions, this is what you're missing out on. We're here to enjoy, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
By the way,
at the moment, the enchilada is not on the menu. I'm seeing it.
I bet if you asked around, there's somebody back there that can make it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just walk up, slide a $1 bill across the counter, and be like, "Anybody in the back there, enchilada certified?" I need an
enchilada technician.
I need
to come
somebody who's truly enchilada certified. Let me just give you a quick reminder while we're apping it up that we will be taking a break tomorrow. Off the air tomorrow morning, I believe
It's going to Hugh Hewitt.
The Hugh Hewitt, Best of Hugh Hewitt?
Yep.
Okay. And then we'll be back for January 2nd.
Yeah, we'll have a new show on Thursday. I'm not promising a good show, but a new show.
A new show.
Thursday.
This show's about new beginnings.
Are you guaranteeing a mediocre show?
No, we're guaranteeing a show.
Okay. Not even mediocre.
We will be on live.
That's absolutely. We will be
way,
on
shape,
the
or
radio. That's the Mornings with Mike Winters promise.
They'll be putting out their best.
I'm putting the bar down by your sneakers. Is what I'm saying.
I watched this YouTube series and they end everyone with "Have a day." That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a day.
That's right. Don't you go dying on me.
But yes, Happy New Year to each and every one of you from all of us.
Please be safe tonight. Be smart.
Don't shoot in the air.
Don't shoot your guns in the air. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Have a plan.
Fun. Just be smart.
That's right. And let's all make it to tomorrow. All right, that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing New Year's. And,
Ta-ta for now.
We will talk to you on Thursday. Till then, take care. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day.
Soul.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. Communities around the world have begun welcoming 2025.